and gentlemen, we ask that you please direct your attention to the video board.
My son and a number of other kids in Charles is Big Charles. Never will talk about where more appropriate were when we were younger. It seems like yesterday, 4 years ago, that Bill Simon had everyone to stand up in class, ask everybody what they perceived themselves doing as a profession, and I will never forget the day say that he was going to be a professional football player.
Today select Charles McCrae, tackle, University of Tennessee.
We just worth the price of admission just to see him out on the field. He had that vision, and he was very successful with his football career, coming from Flint to the University of Tennessee, and playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The impact that he's left on Clinton High School is just phenomenal. You know, the Clinton High School legacy involves a number of players, but Charles is certainly one of the top ones. There were always people, young people, following him around, asking Charles questions and looking for an autograph. The thing I remember about Charles was Big Charles. He was always a big guy, he had a big heart, and he's always been a big part of Clinton High School.
Tonight, we would like to recognize and honor Mr. Charles McCrae, Clinton High School class of 1986 and University of Tennessee alum. The 1990 NFL Draft, Round 1, pick number 7 to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'd like to present Mr. McCrae with a helmet signed by each member of the Dragons football team, as well as a framed jersey of his Clinton High School number 72. We are grateful for the standards set here at Clinton High School, and we are honored to forever enshrine number 72 and ensure it will never be worn again. Mr. Charles McCrae.
Ask him about Clan High Five.
You know about that story.
Yeah,
Very first
the
time I
bottom.
was over here,
No, no, it's
watched the TV and had playing. It was very.
I'm like driving home, I saw all kinds of American flags in half the day.
I think it's because of the church.
Shooting and then an answer. Front and shooting here.
We didn't do that. Yeah. Sweet deal. Obviously, they'll get the wins. How are we doing? How are we going to shoot? What's that? How are we going to shoot? Are they texting or whoever the first person to call? Oh. Is that good enough? That's enough? Yeah. Welcome to Clinton, Tennessee. The Oak Ridge High School Wildcats have come onto the field here. We're just moments away from the start of this non-region ball game between the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats and the Clinton Dragons. Clinton band is still out on the field. Clinton yet to make their way onto the field. Always a lot of excitement when we come to Clinton. Alex Myers, we're about 5 minutes away. They've got a brand new scoreboard to our right. I'm so used to looking at that one that I've seen for so many years. A beautiful scoreboard to our right. We'll get some shots of that. And it's Oak Ridge and Clinton. What more can you say?
Yeah, there's not much more that really needs to be said. It's two communities that are so close in distance, yet so far apart when it comes to sports. So many close ties and just so much rich history. And this game, this is one of the venues, David, that I love actually traveling to because even growing up, all these kids that played in Oak Ridge, they didn't always play against Carter. They didn't always play against Fulton. They always played against Clinton. And so these seniors have likely got 8, 10, 12 years of football playing experience between here and between these two communities, and it's just so special. And I like the touch that Oak Ridge, as they went out, Oak Ridge actually ran through the tunnel that Clinton's band formed for Clinton.
We're going to take a break here. We are live at Clinton. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups. It's Oak Ridge and Clinton on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. Our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the kickoff of this ball game following this 2-minute timeout.
He thought we weren't because he said I never hit it, but I told him that
Yeah, it's on. I hear this idiot's voice. So yeah, people are dropping like flies.
It's kind of awkward where they started the band so early, and now everybody's just. No, I appreciate it. My eyes are fine. It's just my face.
You'll be fine. Welcome back once again to Clinton, Tennessee. We're getting set for the ball game. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge and the Clinton Dragons. Alex Myers along with Mike Sheehan, Mark and Shauna Hayes. We got Miles Bergen. We got Preston Fetters. Down on the field, we've got Matthew Charles along with Connor Sharp, Grayson Brown, and Caleb Jackson. Brian Bennett back in the studios. The captains are wandering out to the center of the field. Alex Myers, you've got the starting lineup.
Start on defense. At defensive end, number 52, sophomore King Sandoval. Nose tackle, number 14, senior Tim Walters. Defensive end, number 73, sophomore Dominic Vasquez. At linebacker, number 0, junior Caden Stewart. Number 40, junior Blake Woody. And number 33, senior Amani Bishop. In the defensive backfield, 2 corners, number 16, sophomore Zayden Williams. He will start both ways. And number 9, cornerback Jarrell Jemerson. He's a senior. The safeties, number 4, Wayne Gibson, a senior. Another senior, number 6, safety Tyree Porter. And a senior, number 10, Quavez Williams. On special teams, Eli Pearson will be back tonight, I believe. Good to have him back. And Braylon Payne will be the freshman long snapper. Braylon is number 87. From left to right on defense, or on offense, left tackle, number 77, senior, captain tonight, Jared Bafford. Left guard, number 74, senior, Elijah Young. He's back tonight after getting nicked up last week. At center, number 50, sophomore, Caden Chipman. Right guard, number 58, senior, Torrey Holt. And senior at right tackle, number 67, Nate Stevens. At running back, number 8, junior Demillion Porter. At tight end, number 3, junior Malik Howard. Wide receivers, there's 3 of them. Number 11, senior Adam Washington. Number 9, another two-way starter, Jarrell Jemerson, a senior. And number 2, senior Will Presley. At quarterback, Blaine Stansberry, the senior.
You know, it's a long time I've been doing ball games at this field, and I always feel the same rush when we come over here. Like you said a moment ago, Alex, visiting, you know, sometimes we'd rather be at our home Blankenship field, but coming over here is just a lot more excitement in the air. There's a great student section. You can probably hear them off to our right with the noisemakers they're making that they started last week in the Halls ball game. The Dragons are an unknown kind of quantity here, Alex. They've only played one scrimmage. They only had a quarter of a jamboree, and their game was called off last week, so we don't really know what to expect.
Yeah, I'll say this. Physically, going down on the field before the game, they're a pretty big football team. It's not one of the smaller Dragon teams we've seen over the last few years. Now, what does that mean, and how does that translate? I'll be lying if I told you I know. We're about to find out, and it's just kind of like college football kicking off. As high school football kicks off, there's a lot of unknowns, and we're getting ready to find out. But, David, one thing that is not to be questioned is the intensity and the passion. Both of these teams chirping early as they're coming out of the tunnel towards the opposing sidelines. We'll have to – you like that passion, but you got to keep it in check in a game like this.
Beautiful weather here tonight in Clinton. It'll be Oak Ridge to kick off to the Dragons. They'll be kicking from right to left. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, you can see that. We're also on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com. The up man standing next to the tee, Blake Woody. He will give the signal after he makes the count on the Wildcats. Eli Pearson has the ball down on the tee, and we're about to get set from Clinton. And we are underway. And here's the kick. It's a line drive, booming kick in and out of the end zone. So, Alex Myers, if there's any thought that maybe Eli is not at full strength, I think those are out the window.
Yeah, the rivalry is back, and Eli Pearson is back. He makes that known immediately on play number 1. We mentioned that starting lineup from the defense. Tim Walters, look for a big night from him. If he can get in the backfield and be disruptive, it's going to mess up the timing of everything Clinton wants to do.
Here come the Dragons out. Of course, they've worked with like 3 different quarterbacks. They've got some transfer students, one from Harriman. They've got, obviously, Riker Arms. We'll talk about him. The quarterback now is Mason Erkerson. He is a junior. They've got 3 receivers split to the right, single man to the left, and we're about to get set. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball is at the 20-yard line with their backs, if you've been to Clinton, to that end zone section where the Clinton band and their students typically sit. We're ready to go. One running back. Man comes in motion, first and 10. Quarterback hands it off to the back. He tries to get to the outside, makes a move, and down the sideline he goes. 35 to the 40 to the 50-yard line. Nice carry by Riker Arms. First and 10, Dragons.
And that name sounds familiar. He got some playing time a couple years back for Oak Ridge as a sophomore. There's someone right there who you know this game is personal to. Good start for him and a nice move to juke a defender to get downfield.
Dragons have the ball at the 47-yard line, first and 10 for them. 2 receivers split to the left, 3-man front for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge and the Dragons started playing football back in 1943. The Wildcats lead the all-time series, 51 wins to 13 defeats. Looking over to the sideline is the quarterback, number 5 for them. That is Jayden Benjamin. He is the junior. Stacked receivers to the right, which is the near sideline, and to the left. Hand off to the running back, and Tim Walters and company make the stop for the Wildcats. It'll be a gain on the play of hardly anything. It'll be second down facing Clinton. Second down and 9.5 yards to go.
The word that comes to mind, swallowed. Nate Stevens, Tim Walters just met him, bear hugged him, and he went straight to the ground. Great, great start right there.
3 receivers split to the left, the Dragons and the Wildcats. Clinton wearing their black jerseys with orange and white. Oak Ridge wearing their white jerseys, white football pants, cardinal stripes, cardinal numerals. Single receiver split to the right. We've talked about him many times. Bryson Maddox. 3 receivers split to the left. Quarterback Benjamin's going to roll to his left. We'll run it. Up the middle, good running room. Close to first down yardage. He does have a first down at the 43-yard line. Good play by the quarterback, saw the middle part of the field open up, and it's first and 10 Dragons.
Well, there's one of the questions I had was how mobile was Jalen Benjamin? He's a big kid, and obviously if he's got any speed, he's going to be a load to bring down. He's built like a fullback. He showed you right there. He's quite mobile.
Ball's at the Oak Ridge 42-yard line. 10 minutes, 45 seconds to play, just underway. First quarter scoreless ball game here from Clinton. Two receivers, once again stacked to the left. Two will be stacked here to the right for the Dragons, including, as I mentioned, Bryson Maddox, the senior who's had some great games against Oak Ridge.
And here's where you've got to watch out. When he gets towards the red zone, he's a deep ball threat, but also a jump ball threat. You've got to have eyes on him at all times.
First down, 10 yards to go. The Wildcats showing bliss. Fumble on the play. Ball is recovered by Benjamin all the way back in Dragon territory at the 48-yard line. I think he took his eye off the ball, Alex, and it kind of glanced off to his left. It'll be a loss on the play, huge loss on the play. It'll be second down and very long.
Yeah, it looked like he just kind of peeped to the side, and like you said, it's just a mistake for them, but King Sandoval is going to get credited with the sack as he was just kind of Johnny on the spot, the nearest guy back there. But Oak Ridge, you talked about Bryson Maddox, their most veteran cornerback is on him. That's Jarrell Jimerson. He's got the duty tonight.
Second down, 19 yards to go, a 9-yard loss. Ball is back in Dragon territory at the 49-yard line. Riker Arms, the lone running back. Two receivers, no, it's three receivers. Split to the far side on the Clinton sideline. Maddox, single coverage on him. Benjamin rolls to his left, looks to go deep. Down the way, he's open, the pass is there. It's going to be dropped. It'll be third down for the Dragons. That ball was a beautifully thrown pass. He just couldn't handle it, and it's third down and 19 yards to go.
Yeah, it was Ryan Jones who, give him credit. He got past the back layer of that Oak Ridge defense. The Wildcats were beat. The throw was there, and it just went through his hands. That's one he's going to regret, but a break for the Wildcats. They need to take advantage here. Third and long, expect another deep shot right here.
Two receivers to the left, two to the right, one lone running back. Benjamin claps his hands, looks over to the sideline to the very young head coach of the Clinton Dragons, just in his 20s. You've got clothes older than him, Alex Myers.
I'm wearing some right now, actually.
Third down, 19 yards to go. Fumbled snap. Here's a pass. It's caught. The Wildcats are going to make the stop, though, at the 48-yard line. Another mishandle. It'll be fourth down and long for the Dragons. The ball at the Oak Ridge 47-yard line.
And how slim the gap is between winning and losing and just getting momentum. But you look, the fumble obviously took his eyes off for maybe a quarter of a second. The ball goes back, sets him back. The next play, they've got a deep shot, a chance at a touchdown, and it just slips through the cracks of his hands. And now, just like that, it's fourth down, and they've got to bring the punt unit out.
Let's see if they do. The Wildcats haven't sent anybody back. We don't know if they're going to punt or not. It's fourth down, 15 yards to go. It's more like 16 yards to go.
They've got Cameron Anderson. He's not listed. He's listed as a running back, defensive back, but you talked to they're willing to bring multiple quarterbacks in. So play clock's getting down to 5, 4. They're going to have to do something here.
Yeah, it's down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Here's the snap. It's another high one, and they're going to do a rugby punt, and he gets it away. It's a wobbly kick. It's going to bounce and will roll dead. A good Clinton roll inside the 5-yard line all the way down to the 4, and that is where Oak Ridge will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. Rugby-style kicker. He rolled to his right. The snap was not good once again, but a great roll on the punt. It'll be first and 10 Oak Ridge.
Yeah, you're not painting pictures, right? You're writing numbers. That's what they say in golf or in football. As long as the ball gets down there where you want it, the punt's a good punt. Doesn't matter how it gets there. So credit to Clinton there. As they were walking off the field, both sides were jawing a little bit. It looks like Tim Walters just got a warning from the officials. They looked not at him, but they looked at the coach and said, get 14. So that's something to watch.
We are on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, and on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio tonight. First and 10, Wildcats, the ball at their own 4-yard line. Adam Washington will be a receiver to the near side, which is to the left of the quarterback, Blaine Stansberry. DeMillion Porter is the lone running back. They've got a slot man to the right. Two receivers split to the right for Oak Ridge. Stansberry is going to hand it off to DeMillion. There's a big hole. He's at the 15. He's at the 20. He's at the 25. First and 10, Wildcats, DeMillion Porter. Enormous hole opened up by the left side of the Oak Ridge line. First and 10, Oak Ridge.
Yeah, just tremendous job. Elijah Young back in there starting again after getting shaken up last week. Caden Shipman and, of course, Jared Bafford. Beautiful hole. Nice vision by DeMillion. DeMillion, David, is someone he's got to be more consistent this week. He was in and out of the game, I think, with cramps last week. Oak Ridge needs him to be on the field tonight.
Officially the 28-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Wildcats. 7:45 to play in the first quarter of a scoreless ball game. Three receivers to the right. Quick pass. Jarrell Jimerson falls down behind the line of scrimmage. The pass hit him a little bit low, and then he went to his knees, and that's where he's considered down. It'll be a loss on the play.
I want to note something, though. It doesn't really matter because the play was an incomplete pass, but it's hard to block a guy downfield for 2 or 3 seconds. Malik Howard, if he was able to catch that, Malik Howard was engaged with his defender blocking for about 4 straight seconds. It was a really nice effort from the outside by the tight end.
That's one thing Coach Rang has said about his wide receivers. They are not afraid to block. Loss of 4 on the play, second down, 14 yards to go. Wildcats moving right to left. If you're listening to us on the radio, Wildcats wearing their white jerseys, Clinton in their black. Wildcats receivers left and right. One lone running back, that's Demillion Porter. Demillion gets the handoff. He's got another big hole. He's across the 25 up to the 29-yard line. It's going to be third down and long facing the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's interesting what you call here, David, because they're calling it second down. Like I was going to say, they were really late. Third down, I wouldn't be surprised deep in your own territory to see a little screen, something maybe to Jarrell. You've got a couple good blocking receivers over here at Malik Howard and Will Presley. If you go deep, you might as well take a deep shot in case you get a mistake, and it's basically a punt.
Empty backfield for Blaine Stansberry. They've got 5 or 6 on the line. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Blaine's got time, and there might have been some movement on the Oak Ridge line.
Yeah, it looked like they were setting that up, though. Jarrell was kind of flaring back out, looked like he was ready to catch a little bubble screen. He had Malik and Will there to block him, but before that could happen, plays called dead. It looked like one of the guys on the left side jumped a little bit early, trying to get a little bit of a head start there for the Wildcats. And again, now you're in a third and long. So both offenses early have had some good plays, but then kind of shot themselves in the foot.
Third down, 14 yards to go, 6:11 to play in the first quarter. Scoreless ball games. First drive of the night for the Wildcats as we broadcast here from Clinton. Demillion in the backfield now. Jarrell Jemerson, Malik Howard to the left of him. Blaine's got time, has Will deep, goes deep. Will Presley under it. He can't make the catch. That would have been 6 points for number 2, but he just couldn't quite make the play. Nicely thrown pass by Blaine Stansberry. Will just couldn't hold on to it.
No, and I'll give Will this. I don't know what he saw, but I will say most stadiums are built where the sun sets over the stands. This stadium is set facing east and west, and so the sun setting behind the end zone Oak Ridge is going away from. So when Will went to look back, it's possible the sun could have got in his eyes. Either way, kind of mirror images how these first 2 drives have started. Both teams have had a chance at a touchdown early, and both teams have failed to convert.
And the Wildcats will be in punt formation. Fourth down, 14 yards to go. Good snap. Here's the punt. Nice wobbly end-over-end kick. It's going to take a good Oak Ridge bounce. And it's going to roll out of bounds at around the 36-yard line, and that is where the Dragons will take over. First down and 10 yards to go. So second drive of the night for the Dragons, who were able to move the ball at times in that first drive.
Yeah, they did enough to scare you as a defensive coach if you're on this staff. I mean, they showed the ability to move the football on the ground with Riker arms, and they also showed the ability to get behind you. And you kind of add that third threat. The quarterback showed that not only can he throw it downfield, but he's a capable runner as well. So if you're Oak Ridge, it presents a unique set of challenges. And like you mentioned, there's not a lot of film or footage of what this coaching staff's been able to install during their first offseason. So very exciting start to this game, no points. But so far, the defenses are looking good.
Bryson Maddox split set to the right side for the Dragons. They've got 4 stacked to the far left. Backfield is empty. New quarterback in the ballgame. Well, that's actually Benjamin once again. The Wildcats have 3 on the front, now 4. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the 36-yard line. Good snap this time. Little screen pass is high, but it's caught out there by the Dragons, and they'll work the ball down the sideline, getting some really good yardage against the Wildcats. Pushed out of bounds way up the field, but we've got a flag on the play right at the line of scrimmage. We'll check the call.
Yeah, you can see that coming from a mile away. You see trips sometimes, or little stack formations. That time there was 4 receivers out on that left side, outside the hash, right next to the numbers, towards the Clinton sideline. The only man on this side was Bryson Maddox. So it was pretty clear they were going to try to go that way. They did, and it looks like the penalty will go against the Dragons.
Looking at a new ball boy down on the field for the Wildcats. Emmett Brinson is a ball boy for the Wildcats.
I remember when Adam Washington was the ball boy. He's about to graduate. And I remember when Emmett was bored. David, everybody knows this, but we're getting old.
First down, 20 yards to go. I remember when Zach Zulliger and Stephen Munger were ball boys back in the day. First down now, 20 yards to go. The line of scrimmage now is the 26-yard line. 5:32 to play. First quarter, scoreless game. Another screen pass to the far sideline. Nice tripped up play by Wayne Gibson. Gains about 4 on the play, maybe a little bit more than that. It'll be for the Dragons. Second down and very long. Second down, and it looks like about 17 yards to go.
I'm glad to see Wayne Gibson in there and healthy. I know he battled some injuries the last couple of seasons, but he's been in and out. But he had a nice start to the season, really on both sides last week. Good to see him out there already again tonight.
Officially, it was a gain of 4, second down 16.
Same formation. They've gone to it twice in a row. Eventually, they're going to take a deep shot because it's man-to-man coverage with Maddox.
Here on the near sideline. Once again, Benjamin back to pass is going to go deep. Throws it up for grabs. Evidently, Maddox either ran the wrong route because he stopped at about the 45-yard line. The ball went sailing about 15 yards beyond him. The only one close to it was Jarrell Jemerson. It's third down and 16.
Yeah, you knew you're not going to run. This is not Steve Spurrier. You're not going to run the same play 3 or 4 times in a row. Eventually, you're going to fake off of it. That was the time they elected to do so. But fortunately for Oak Ridge, Jarrell Jemerson was in good position and a little bit of a miscommunication from the Dragon offense.
3 receivers split to the right. No score here. 4:45 to play. 65th meeting between these two schools. The Wildcats lead the all-time series, 51 wins to 13 defeats. 3 receivers to the left. Benjamin as a running back now. Little confusion in their backfield. Play clock down to 10. Wildcats showing blitz. Low snap. Here comes pressure. He's running. He's rolling. The pass is going to be caught, but well short of a first down. It'll be fourth down.
And Oak Ridge, there's somebody that got behind him deep again. Thankfully, quarterback wasn't ever even able to let anything develop that far down the field. He doesn't get credit for the sack, but for Oak Ridge, it was Dominic Vasquez who blew up the right tackle coming from his left side and then blew up the running back that came out there to chip him. He didn't get to the quarterback, but he forced that throw to come out early. So it won't go down in the stat books, but credit Vasquez for a great play there, forcing that short throw.
Last season's region punt returner of the year, Jarrell Jemerson, standing back at around his own 30-yard line. Play clock down to 16. Clinton laid a man onto the field. They seem very deliberate so far with their offense and kind of working the clock as far down as they can.
Now, I don't think that's a terrible strategy, and it looks like Oak Ridge is going to call for a timeout. We'll take one with them, David. We'll be back in
60 seconds.
Timeout, Wildcats.
Dave. Not here. I want to so badly say, oh, that's not like Seaman's lunch.
It's coming, right?
Yeah, it's a tradition almost as old as this rivalry.
Almost here.
1943, right? We're both good?
Born on 48.
Fourth down, 8 yards to go. Here comes his punt. It's very short. Wildcats got to get away from it. It's going to bounce and take another good Clinton bounce. It's kind of blocked there by the tent, but it rolls dead. It'll be Oak Ridge with their second drive. Neither team able to get things going. Wildcats had a drop, which would have resulted in a touchdown. Let's see if the Wildcats go back to Will, because he was definitely wide open. He split that defense, just couldn't make the play.
Yeah, both of these teams have speedy threats to go downfield for the deep shot at any given moment, and both have had shots early on. It wasn't Maddox, but one of their receivers got deep, dropped a pass. Will did the same, and you know this rivalry means a little bit. It's even different to guys like Blaine and Will, who grew up playing in Anderson County on this side of the county with a lot of these guys. So this game just so rich with tradition and relationships.
Ball's at the 20-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go. Demillion Porter, another big hole, 25, 30. 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, first down to the 35-yard line. The Wildcats. First down, 10 yards to go.
Yeah, I've seen 3 or 4 DeMillion runs right now, and I've seen enough to call it. You just need to feed that horse because they've not stopped him yet, and he's not getting touched until he's 2 to 3 yards downfield. And with his forward lean as a running back, you're just going to move the chains all night if you keep feeding it.
I'm telling you, the offensive line just blowing the Dragon line off the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 Oak Ridge. Malik Howard lines up in a slot to the left side at the quarterback, which is the near sideline. DeMillion once again. DeMillion's at the 40. Bumped into his own man, but still is able to get yardage up to the 44-yard line. Shy of a first down by a yard. It'll be 2nd down and a yard to go.
Yeah, you do that once or twice more, and here's going to come the play action. And once you get those defensive backs, those linebackers creeping up, that's when guys like Malik, Jarrell, Adam, Will, they can get behind you, and that's when you can really put your foot on the gas.
2 minutes, 42 seconds to play. Play is stopped. Play is stopped on the field, an official timeout. Not exactly sure why.
I think Mark Hayes may be on top of this. I think Mark said it was a 9-yard gain, but we had it at the 35, but the chains look like it's 2nd and about 4. So they are adjusting. Credit to Mark Hayes, the statistician. He was right, and they've now got it right. It's 2nd and 1 from the Wildcat 44. Or excuse me, yes, 44.
And that's really where we're sitting, right at the 44-yard line. Mike Sheehan is with us. He's at the 42, the 43, and the 41-yard line. 2nd down and 1 yard to go. Ball's at the 44-yard line. Blaine pumps, rolls to his right, has time, might run it. He's going to be sacked back at the 39-yard line. Obviously some pretty good coverage by the Dragons. Blaine really looked to his left. There was nothing there. The line kind of collapsed on him and had nothing to his right and is dropped for a loss.
There's no one person to blame right there. I know some fans below us were telling him to throw the ball, but the thing about it is, it was kind of a coverage sack. The line held up for several seconds, but eventually those guys are going to collapse. And I'm proud of Blaine. He didn't try to force one there. He just kind of ate it, and it's unfortunate because it was 2nd and 1. And I understand why the crowd around us was saying run it, but hey, hindsight's 20/20.
3rd down, 6 yards to go.
The way we've been running the ball, 3rd and 6, I wouldn't, maybe a delayed handoff, I wouldn't put it past Coach Ring to do something like that.
Wildcats have Malik's in a tight end position in a slot to the left. Wildcats receivers left and right. Blaine's going to pass it to Malik Howard. Makes a move at the 40, moves the ball forward. He's still shy of a first down by a yard. Bryson Maddox stopped him, slowed him down enough, and then he was finished off by number 12, Connor Bayless. It'll be 4th down and a yard to go.
Zero hesitation. Tim Walters grabs his helmet. He's usually nose tackle, but he comes in this power jumbo formation. He, Malik Howard, as well as a couple other Wildcats will be in there as fullbacks. Shotgun formation. We'll see what Oak Ridge does right here. Clinton is sniffing out run all the way.
Wildcats just need a yard. The Wildcats with 1 receiver. As Alex mentioned, a jumbo set with Jumbo in the backfield. Here's the handoff to DeMillion. First down, and guess what? Down the sideline. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, into the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Wildcats. 33 seconds to play in the first quarter. Oak Ridge on top, 6-0.
56 yards. They needed 1. How about 55 more? 56-yard run. And what an opening on the right side. Clinton knew run was coming. They knew where it was coming, but they couldn't do a darn thing about it. Mill Porter busts through the seams, and there's no one past the 2nd level. Great blocking, great way to sniff out the hole, and DeMillion Porter adds 56 to his total already here in the first quarter.
Eli Pearson to attempt the extra point. Adam Washington to hold. 6-0 Wildcats, 33 seconds to play in the first quarter. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick by Eli. It's on its way, it's up, and it's good. 7-0 Oak Ridge. We're live from Clinton, Tennessee, and we'll be back on FM 92.7 in 60 seconds. Welcome back to Clinton, Tennessee. David Clary, Alex Myers, Mike Sheehan, Mark and Shauna Hayes, Miles Bergen, Preston Fetters, along with Matthew Charles. We got Connor Sharp, we've got Caleb Jackson and Grayson Brown doing camera work for us. Ryan Bennett back in the studio. 7-0 Oak Ridge, 33 seconds to play. Eli Pearson to kick off for the second time. Kicking from right to left, here it is. Another high end over end kick. There's nothing wrong with Eli Pearson. He looks good.
He's in mid-season form, David, and it's good to have him back. You hated to see him get shaken up, especially on week 1 when it seems like this program has been riddled with early season injuries over the past 2, 3, 4 years. So you thought, here we go again, but hey, there's no warm-up needed. Week 2, he is back and in mid-season form.
The Wildcats coached by Derek Rang, assisted by Ted Mitchell, along with Kevin McKeithen, Kevin Day, James Branson, Mike Kelly, Zach Kasner, David Hawkins, Daniel Pace, Ricky Chitwood, Latarian Bam Thomas, and Jeremy Mitchell. Dragons, their 3rd series. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the 20, 33 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 7-0 Oak Ridge on top. Maddox splits to the right side. 3 receivers to the left, 1 lone running back. Actually, they've got, yes, Wildcats have the 3-man front, and timeout is asked for by the Clinton Dragons. At halftime, we're going to have the Hayes halftime report with Mark and Shauna Hayes. We'll also going to have a trivia question where you have an opportunity to win $30 worth of barbecue from Fats Barbecue. It's F.A.T.S, but that spells Fats to me.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what it is. It's real good. Melvin, he's a guy that his kids go to school in Oak Ridge. He's part of our community, and I've had some of that before. It's good stuff. So glad to see him supporting us, and we hope that you guys support him and the rest of our sponsors. That's good barbecue.
Demillion Porter already with 111 yards rushing here in the first quarter.
Let me tell you, football, there's complications to it, but at its roots, it's pretty simple. You run the football, and you stop the other team from running the football. You protect the line of scrimmages and protect the ball. You're going to win a lot of football games. Right now, Oak Ridge, you've got the ability to complicate things, but so far, you don't need to. Just hand it to 8 and let them work.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Dragons. The ball at their own 20-yard line. They're back to the end zone seats. They took out the end zone seats to our right, where our band used to be. Our band, I guess, is sitting in the stands off to the right. We've got a great crowd on both sides. Not as big as some Clinton Oak Ridge games I've seen in the past, but still a big crowd. Benjamin's going to pass. He's in a lot of trouble. Rolling, looking. He's trying to turn the corner. He tries to get up the sideline and runs out of bounds. Just behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 3 on the play.
And they slipped one in on us, David. That was actually the junior Mason Eckerson. So they've played 2 quarterbacks so far.
And they've got 3.
And they've got 3. And then one of the guys who's kind of running in there as a quarterback on 4th downs, who kind of rugby-style punts it, he's obviously got some athleticism if you've seen him run around. So Clinton showing some different looks. They've now got a different running back in. It's Marco Shabazz, the senior running back beside Eckerson.
Second down, 14 yards to go, a 4-yard loss. We're down to 23 seconds to play. We're in the first quarter in a 7-0 ball game. Miles Bergen doing our camera work, during our scoreboard work right now, keeping the clock. We weren't able to do the clock last week. Good job, Miles. Appreciate that. I know the fans like that. Second down, 14 yards to go. Here comes the snap. Quarterback's rolling to his left, hands it to the back. Boom! Down he goes at the 11-yard line. Another loss on the play.
Caden Stewart shot through there like a cannon. Wayne Gibson had a nice play coming up from defensive back. He slipped and took just a great angle. And what was so great about it is he got just inside the blocking receiver, so the receiver couldn't block him, or it would have been a block in the back. So great play by Oak Ridge defense. That's the end of the first quarter. Oak Ridge up 7-0. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Please tune in every Tuesday night from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for the Pizza Express Tuesday Night Sports Talk with Jasper Young and Walt Starr on WYSH. Interviews on coaches and past coaches, players, and the 2-minute drill with Sterling, the Pearl Hit. WYSH is conducting a computerized survey of the top 100 Clinton Dragons of all times. Your vote at WYSHradio.com. Tonight's contestant is Clinton Class of 2019 former defensive end, Andrew Schubman. thanks to WYSH and Jasper Young.
David Clary back here along with Alex Myers, Mike Sheehan, and a host of others here, including Preston Fetters and Miles Bergen, Mark and Shauna Hayes. We're in the second quarter, just about to get underway, 7-0 on a 56-yard run by Demillion Porter for the first score of this 65th Oak Ridge Clinton ballgame. High snap, quarterback back for it. It's going to go across the middle, intercepted and dropped. Almost picked off. It went between the fingers, I believe, of the intended receiver. The Wildcats had a back, a defensive back. He just couldn't quite hold on to it.
Yeah, LaDainian Pendergrass, that might haunt him. He was, almost too open. I've seen receivers catch balls that were not that open. It was just a rushed overthrow. Maybe his eyes got a little bit big. He had to jump for it, but regardless, he clearly was in the right spot, so a nice play from him. But if I'm Clinton, the concern is not the overthrow. The concern is that it doesn't matter the quarterback. It doesn't matter the punter. Right now, the stats are consistently high, and if they're not careful, they're going to turn the ball over doing that.
4th down, 19 yards to go. Snap, punt. Good one. Going to take another Clinton bounce. Jarrell thought about it for a brief second. It's going to roll dead. Finally at the 44-yard line. Good punt, out of the end zone. Wildcats, it was kind of low and Jarrell really couldn't get to it, so he had to let it bounce, and a good roll, and Wildcats really good field position to start the second quarter. The Wildcats on top, 7-0, 11:41 to play in the first half.
You got a first-year coach, a program sort of in transition, and then you've got the road team, the favorite. You're coming in here. You got a chance to put your foot on the jugular, so to speak, here and really put some distance and kind of take out any hope they might have, right, if you can punch one in on this drive. So there's multiple ways to do that. But, David, I'm old school. You know me. I say let that offensive line continue to dominate as they have and just keep giving it to Demillion.
Willis and Washington split to the right side for the Wildcats. Will Presley to the left. Demillion's got the handoff. He breaks the tackle. 45, 50. Down to the 48-yard line of the Dragons, just running behind the line. The offensive line is they've got two experienced guys, they've got some younger guys, but they are just really dominating the line of scrimmage right now.
And quite frankly, I don't think they've run outside the two tackles yet. It's all just inside between the guards, between the tackles. And Demillion, to give his credit, it's not just like he's getting the ball and shooting straight through the gap. Sometimes, like that play, he's having to kind of stutter step and wait for things to open up. But between the line and his vision, it's been a perfect start.
11:06 to play. First half, the Wildcats, 2nd down, 2 yards to go in Dragon territory at the 48-yard line. Blaine Stansbury, the quarterback, in motion goes Demillion. He looks to pass to him out of the backfield. He breaks the tackle. There's a lot of people to beat. He's going to get back barely. Oh, that's a headshot right there. Demillion got crunched. Luckily, he got up. He got popped right here in front of us. And no flag. It'll be 3rd down facing the Wildcats.
No, I think it was a clean hit. It was close to being high, but I think it was just one of those unfortunate deals where Demillion kind of got tangled up there. And I'll be honest with you, he's shown a lot of toughness because that was a big hit. But, hey, credit to Demillion. He popped right up. And 3rd and 3, David, I wonder what the fans around us want to happen right here. I can take a guess.
They want number 8 to get the rock as he's lined up side by side with Blaine. We're down to 2nd down and 3rd down and about 3 yards to go. 10:40 to play. Ball is still in Dragon territory at the 49-yard line. 2 receivers to the left once again. Clinton very disciplined, didn't jump off sides.
No, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is a run if it doesn't go right side, because you've got one of your best blocking receivers this side in Adam Washington. At the same time, you've also got a great blocker, Malik Howard. Now they switch him to the other side.
Lined up in his slot to the left side. Here's Demillion with the handoff. First down, 10 back of Oak Ridge. First down, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Catch a cut, 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown Oak Ridge. Demillion Porter once again takes it home for the score. 10:28 to play in the first half. 13-0 Oak Ridge.
Patience, toughness, and a burst. But I'm going to say right now, a huge shout out. Go watch the replay and go look at Jared Bafford. He needs to get employed by TDOT or Rogers Group immediately. He just paved a man 15 yards downfield. When you go back and watch that, it might be the block of the week. It opened things up, and wow, what a play and what a start from the Cats.
Wildcats going for the extra point, 10:28 to play. First half, 13-0 Oak Ridge. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick by Eli Pearson is up, and it's good. 14-0 Oak Ridge. Let's take a break. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Clinton following the 60-second timeout.
I saw that. That hurt. I saw that. How you doing, man? Yeah. Former Wildcats in the house.
We appreciate Todd Fox and all of our sponsors of our broadcast of Oak Ridge High School Sports. Appreciate all of them, and as we say every week, if we didn't have them, we couldn't get on the air. As Eli Pearson prepares to kick off the Wildcats, another long driving kick, 3 kicks, all of them touchbacks. It'll be 1st and 10 Dragons at the 20-yard line. Demillion Porter setting records right now. He's got a huge first half.
We've got 10:28 left to go before halftime. Demillion Porter has 168 yards on the ground.
Like I said, we could have a record-shattering performance. Dragons have got to get their offense going, or he won't be playing this full ball game. Dragons have some ability. I'm surprised they haven't really targeted Bryson Maddox to this point.
They haven't, which I've kind of been surprised. They tried once or twice, but there was some miscommunication. And, you know, eventually, if this score continues this way, they're going to have to just start chucking it up.
It'll be first down, 10 yards to go for the Dragons, wearing their all-black jerseys with orange and white. If you're listening to us on the radio, the Wildcats wearing their white jerseys, white football pants, cardinal numerals, and stripes down the pants. 10:28 to play, first half, 14-0 Oak Ridge. Ball's resting at the 20-yard line. Looking at the 4-man front for the Wildcats. We ran through the starters. We'll go through them again. The Wildcats have a sophomore starting in the secondary. High snap, back to get it. Avoids a sack, but now he eats it. He goes down at the 10-yard line. That is one other Wildcats, Dominic Vasquez.
And a shout out to him, because Tim Walters, and it looked like another Wildcat, rushed upfield, and the threat on that is if those linemen, those ends get too far upfield, a lot of times that quarterback has a lane to run up the middle. Dominic Vasquez stayed home, didn't get overly aggressive, and because he didn't over pursue, he was right there when he tried to come forward.
Loss of 10 on the play, second down, 20 yards to go, the ball at the 10-yard line, 9:50 to play here in Clinton. The Wildcats on top, 14-0. Receivers left and right. The snap is good. He rolls, fires a pass, it's high, boom! A nice tackle. He drives him out of bounds. A gain on the play of 5 with a big hit and a nice drive by the Wildcat defensive back.
Yeah, Wayne Gibson was right there. That quarterback floated that ball, which gave Wayne an extra step to get there. So as soon as his hands touched that ball, Wayne was there. Closing speed was nice, and he shoved him out of bounds for just a 4-yard gain. Unfortunately for Clinton, it's still 3rd and 16.
Clock is still running, so evidently they ruled him tackled inbounds. 2 stacked receivers to the left of the quarterback, 2 to the right. Wildcats have Blake Woody, the middle linebacker, playing for J.T. Gormley. We wish him the best. Looks like he wants to blitz. He's kind of looking in at the quarterback. Let's see if he spies him. He had an opportunity. Quarterback's running up the field, and down he goes at the 23-yard line. The Wildcats, Stewart, Woody, and one other Wildcat make the stop. It'll be 4th down.
Nice to see Woody getting more experience. We wish JT the best, and can't wait to see him back on there just as quickly as he can. But it's been nice to see Woody getting more experience and looking more comfortable with each and every series and possession he's out there.
Yeah, I was happy for him. You know, his very first start, he's a junior player, a transfer, came from Hawaii, and getting a chance to play, unfortunately, for his buddy, J.T. Gormley, one of his best friends, got hurt. You know, it's like Wally Pipp, I guess, sometimes there, Alex Myers. You
Yeah.
know who that is?
I do. You know who taught me about Wally Pipp?
Who did?
One of your favorite all-time Oak Ridge coaches.
Who would that be? 4th down, 9 yards to go. Good snap. They're going to punt it. Partially blocked. Rebounded by Jarrell at the 40. Jarrell Jimerson, 35. 30. Tackled at the 29-yard line. And it'll be great field position again. Nice punt return by Jarrell Jimerson.
I don't know how that quarterback or that punter got the ball off. It looked like it was going to be a total block by 2 or 3 guys. They had him surrounded. He somehow squeezes that ball out, gets a punt downfield, but Jarrell, a headsy play, doesn't let that bounce. He is aggressive, charges the football, and because it was so low, there was no Clinton defenders downfield enough, so he gets a running start. And a guy like him, you mentioned last year's Region Return Man of the Year, you don't want to give him any space.
I heard the PA announcers say a flag on the field. I do not see it, but they are talking together.
It's right here by the Oak Ridge sideline, and it doesn't look, you see Bam and Coach Ted Mitchell down there, they don't look thrilled, so this could be going against the Wildcats, although it's right at the area where the tackle was made. Potentially something after the play.
Maybe a late hit or some words talk. You know, this is Oak Ridge and Clinton. These, you know, they're friends in the offseason, but they're not friends right now.
No, not at all. This is a game that people have circled.
They are going to step off yardage against the Wildcats. It will be Oak Ridge ball. Just a little farther to go, leading already 14-0.
And I want to congratulate us, David Clary, because we have made it through an entire quarter plus of an Oak Ridge Clinton sporting event, and we haven't ragged on the officiating crew at all.
You're exactly right. Absolutely. I think this looks like the same crew I saw last night doing the Catholic Anderson County game. Looks like Wayne Lawless is the referee. And I think a lot of these guys worked last night's ball game over at Anderson County.
Yeah, so far no complaints. I mean, everything's that's been charged looks like it's been deserved, but they haven't tried to over-officiate it either. I like it.
Vice Principal Stephanie Thompson will be very proud of me for not saying a word. I see her on the sideline, so she's not listening yet, but she'll be very proud of me. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 45-yard line of the Dragons. The Wildcats moving left to right with 7:55 to play. Play starts 14-0 the Wildcats. Oak Ridge's got to get their passing game in gear too. That's struggled a bit with that last week at times. They've been able to run the ball, and I agree with what the fans are saying, but you know, obviously we can run the ball at any time, but we've got to work on that passing game because the competition is going to get a little stiffer.
Yeah, well, and they're giving DeMillion a spell right now. Wayne Gibson in the backfield.
Blaine across the way, passes incomplete. Little low pass intended for Malik Howard. Just kind of bounced up on the turf. Malik tried to get it, then it took a big bounce. It'll be incomplete.
Yeah, it hit his hands, but that's just a really tough play. He was running full speed. As soon as he cuts out of his break, it was good timing, but a little bit behind him. So when he went down to get it, he just kind of had to fall backwards and just wasn't able to come up with that one.
Next week, the Wildcats will be traveling to Lenore City High School to take on the Panthers in another non-region ball game. I like the way this schedule is set up. 3 non-region ball games before they play a region ball game.
Yeah, you'll be tuned up and hopefully firing on all cylinders. At least that's what you hope as a coaching staff, right?
Ball's at the 45-yard line of the Dragons. Blaine Stansberry, 2 receivers to his left. Malik Howard comes in motion once again. We'll give a shout out to that offensive line in a minute. Here comes Wayne Gibson running the ball. He's at the 40-yard line. Might have a hold. The older official to the left threw one in. He might have seen a hold on the left side of the line. And now we might have to backtrack a little bit. I didn't see it. I'm not gonna blame it. Is holding Oak Ridge.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I really wasn't looking for it. But they caught Oak Ridge, and I'll say this: nobody on the Oak Ridge coaching staff were in that backfield for Oak Ridge wearing white. It didn't look like there was much arguing. So probably guilty as charged on that penalty. Second down here, you wonder, will they be aggressive or will they try to get a chunk of this back?
After this play, why don't we check in with Mike Sheehan to get his comments of the first half. Wildcats have it. Second down, 20 yards to go, 7:37 to play. We are in the second quarter. The Wildcats, a couple long touchdown runs by DeMillion Porter. Ball's at the 45-yard line now of the Wildcats, 2nd and 20. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Blaine is going to drop back to pass, has time. Across the way, pass is caught and dropped by Willis. Almost had it. It went in and out of his hands, and it's incomplete. We got maybe another flag. Officials are talking around the point of where the pass was. I didn't see a flag go down. Alex.
Yeah, it looked like the ground caused that ball to come out, but I'll be honest, I don't think he had total control of it. That may be what the discussion is, but I want to give a shout out to Blaine Stansberry. The read was supposed to go initially to Malik Howard coming out of the backfield. Malik probably didn't know it, but there was a defender closing on him, and if Blaine would have thrown to him, he was setting him up to totally get just blasted. And so even though Malik had a chance to get a couple yards, he made the play to kind of save his own receiver and threw it downfield, but it looks like they waved the flag off.
So it'll be 3rd down and 20 yards to go. The Wildcats have had long play situations where they have been able to score. They've got to get the ball down to the Clinton 35-yard line. They are resting at their own 45.
They got man-to-man. It looks like no safety over the top on this side. I just throw one up to Will.
Blaine is going to throw it. He's going to go it deep to Will Presley. Under it. He's got it. Touchdown! Oak Ridge! 7 minutes. 3 seconds to play. 14. Now 20-0 Oak Ridge. Will Presley. Great call, Alex Myers.
The ultimate safety blanket. When in doubt, just chuck it downfield, throw it past the defense, and trust Will's speed to run underneath it. That's exactly what he did. Mike Sheehan, that was 55 yards. What a play.
Perfect timing. Blaine Stansberry hit him on a rainbow. He ran right under it and caught it and outran everybody to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
7 minutes, 3 seconds to play. 20-0 Oak Ridge. Officials are having another long discussion once again. Will just broke free, and there was no catching Will Presley.
And to me, that's just an automatic. As a senior, Blaine Stansberry, with the chemistry those two have, if I'm an Oak Ridge coach and I ever see lone coverage with no safety over the top, I don't care what the play is, I'm checking out and I'm saying just go. Just draw a line in the sand, throw it downfield, and just hope for the best. Mike Sheehan says that he thought that he might have gotten tackled at the 2. I don't think he did, but there's a flag down at the 7.
Well, they're going to kick the extra point here. They do pick up the flag. Puts it in his pants. Eli's ready to kick.
So the flag was after the touchdown, which could mean a personal foul, or an unsportsmanlike potentially.
And they're going to take it on the kickoff, it looks like. Wayne Lawless is looking over to the Clinton sideline to decide what they want to do if indeed it's against the Wildcats. It is 20-0 Oak Ridge. 7:03 to play. And Eli Pearson about to attempt his 3rd extra point of the first half. That's the Oak Ridge Wild Band playing to our right. Always appreciate them. They always do a great job. Adam Washington to hold. Here's the snap. It's high. The kick is good by Eli Pearson. And Oak Ridge leads the Dragons 21-0. 7:03 to play in the first half. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back in 60 seconds. And we are back here at Clinton, Tennessee on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're on FM 92.7 WIJV. We're also on prepradio.com. 21-0, a fantastic first half of football for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge student section to our right, that's them. You might hear them in the background making a lot of noise. Wildcats getting ready to kick off. Excellent first half. After the two teams kind of felt each other out in the first few minutes of the first quarter. It has been all Oak Ridge since.
It really has. Oak Ridge, it felt like, I think that's a great way. You think about like a boxing match in the first round or two, each guy's just kind of feeling each other out, then all of a sudden they hit the haymaker.
Here's an onside kick, recovered by Tyree Porter. He wanted to return it. They're going to say, did it go 10 yards? One official says no. Derek Rang says yes. Tyree feels it. Who's going to get the ball? No signal as of yet. The Oak Ridge offense is not coming onto the field. I think the official says that it didn't go 10. We'll check the replay. Right now, it is the defense coming onto the field.
I'll say this. Mark Hayes said he caught it right at the 35. However, there was a player, I don't know if you caught it in live action, a Oak Ridge player before Tyree Porter, it did bounce off of him. So perhaps that's what they're saying. But again, it happened so quick. I'm not going to act like I know exactly what happened, but it did look like it was deflected off of an Oak Ridge player and then Tyree hit it. So it's possible that if Tyree was 10 yards downfield, but an Oak Ridge player touched it before, that could be why there's some confusion.
Mike Underwood listening to us down in Alabama right now. Mike, your dad is really into this ball game. Thought I'd tell you that, as you can expect here. Ball is at the 36-yard line. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go for the Dragons. Down 21-0 with 7 minutes to play in the first half here from Clinton. We'll have the halftime show coming up, sponsored by Laura Lynn Green. We'll have Mark and Shauna Hayes statistics. We'll have the scoring summary as well. That's the Oak Ridge students with those noisemakers down to our right. First down 10. Quarterback rolling to his right, up the field. Head of steam, but down he goes. Flags are down. We might have a face mask against the Wildcats.
I think we are. It was a great play, just great job filling the gap from that middle linebacker position. Blake Woody meets him first. Tim Walters giving chase from the defensive tackle position, but I don't know who it was, but it did look like somebody kind of just glanced the face mask, and I think they're going to get Oak Ridge on that one, unfortunately, because it was a pretty good play. But again, Clinton with a different quarterback. That time, this is the third guy we've seen. He's the guy that's been running around there on fourth downs as the punter, kind of rugby styling. It's Cameron Anderson, a running back, defensive back that at times, as you just saw right there, will go in as a runner, as a quarterback.
So the penalty is marked off all the way to the 49-yard line of the Wildcats. Good field position for the Dragons. First down, 10 yards to go. Clock is moving. 6:45 to play first half, 21-0. Oak Ridge in the lead. Here comes Bryson Maddox, split out to the left, single coverage by the sophomore Zayden Williams. Backfield, full house, that's two backs. Wildcats stack the line, single coverage here to the left side. They're going to run the ball with the quarterback. He's going to look to pitch, cuts up the field. Good open field tackle by the Wildcats. Great play, stayed at home, made the stop, and it's a loss of a yard. Tyree Porter on the play for the Wildcats.
This reminds me of watching some of those old Bruce Lucier teams. You see guys that typically only play one way that come a big game, a big fourth down. They'll come in and play both ways. Maybe a foreshadowing for future games or playoffs. Malik Howard and Jared Bafford were in on the defensive line that time.
Yeah, Coach Rang told me if you get a breather, occasionally they're going to bring in Bafford. They don't want to tire him out on the offensive side. It was a loss of 2. Second down, 12 yards to go. Ball is at the Dragon 49-yard line. 5:42 to play. First half, 21-0 Oak Ridge. Single running back, two receivers split to the left, two to the right. Quarterback looking over to the sideline. Play clock is down to 11, now to 10. Wildcats with 3 on the front. Here's the snap, and before that, what's the call? I didn't see any movement. Might have been some movement.
I think it's a legal formation. It wasn't delay a game. There was still like 5 seconds. Maybe I was totally wrong.
Well, the play clock said it was. It might have been an illegal substitution on the part of the Dragons. That's a 5-yard step off back to the 44-yard line.
Whatever it is, I'll take it. And Oak Ridge fans will take it, as that's going to back them up. And again, Clinton, they've had the occasional nice play, but there's just really nothing consistent. Like you think about that first play, Riker Arms, great carry. He's not hardly touched the ball since. Their best player, without question, Maddox, I don't know that he's touched the ball one time either.
Second down, 17 yards to go. Here's a good snap. Here comes some pressure, almost a sack. He makes a move up the field and tackled. Wildcats drop him with Pendergrass and Bishop. It'll be for the Dragons back to the 49-yard line where it's third down and 12 yards to go.
So a nice gain, a little scamper up the middle by the quarterback after he sensed some pressure coming from the outside. He stepped up in the pocket, made a nice play, but because of that negative penalty, now they're still set up third and 12. Oak Ridge is going to take a timeout to think about it.
We'll take one ourselves. The Wildcats on top 21-0. We're on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. We're on FM 92.7. And we'll be back to Clinton. It's 21-0 Wildcats back following this 30-second timeout. Welcome back once again to Clinton, Tennessee, 21-0, Oak Ridge on top. Matthew Quinter, one of our listeners here tonight, basketball official, and always glad to have him in the house. Love to watch him call ball games.
Yeah, he's one of the good ones. I always like there's 3 or 4 around the area that when I see them reffing a game, I know that hey, everything's going to be all right.
Ball's at the 49-yard line, third down, 12 yards to go. And more movement once again.
Out of a timeout, and that's just something you can't afford. And think about it, we haven't mentioned this to start out with, but David, Oak Ridge played a fairly clean game, all things considered, being their first game. Usually that's the game where you got so many penalties, sloppy mistakes. When we talked about Clinton only having one kind of scrimmage in the preseason, and then last week only getting about a quarter of action in, so some of these mishaps and them not firing on all cylinders could be the fact that they didn't really, Oak Ridge has almost kind of had an extra game, and they're still trying to kind of find their way. But I just really think they need to find something that they can go back to repeatedly. Maybe that's the legs of their quarterback, maybe it's Maddox, but they've got to figure out something and be able to repeat it. Right now, they're just kind of scatterbrained on offense.
Ball's at the 44-yard line. Now it's third down, 17 yards to go for the Dragons. Straight drop, lots of pressure. Ball's batted away, and it's going to be tipped and almost intercepted. Wildcats got great pressure around the left side. The ball was batted up in the air and could have been picked off. Another nice play. The defensive line doing what they did last week, totally dominating the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Walters, Vasquez, Bishop, Nate Stevens, all 4 of those guys back in that vicinity. And then Wayne Gibson, Caden Stewart, and Blake Woody, all 3 got their hands near that thing at the end. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite come up with it. But again, it brings down a fourth down. Clinton's not even going to pretend right now. They're just keeping their offense up. And again, fourth down situation, this would shock me if they're not going to throw one up to Bryson Maddox.
Fourth down, 17 yards to go. Pressured again. Here's a duck. It's up for grabs. It's going to be caught by Maddox at the 15-yard line. It was a high looping pass, and he does what he does against Oak Ridge. Went high into the air, pulled it down over the much smaller defensive back for the Wildcats, and it'll be first and 10 Dragons at the 15-yard line.
And if you're a Clinton fan watching our broadcast, I don't know, you've got to be scratching your head going, why did it take so long? Why did it take so long? I think that quarterback's going to have to go out because his helmet popped off at the end. So they got
2 more.
Yeah, and both of them are on the field right now.
They've got 4 receivers split to the right. Maddox is to the left side. First down, 10 yards to go. Little screen pass. Great play, Oak Ridge. Behind the line of scrimmage, Wayne Gibson makes the stop all the way back to around the 20-yard line. Loss on the play.
He just went submarine torpedo mode right there. The blocker came at him, and if you hesitate on that play as a cornerback, you're going to get beat every time. You're going to get blocked, or the guy's going to run by you. Zero hesitation. He ducked his shoulders and just dove towards the feet of the receiver. It was the only way he could get back there in time, and he did it. He played it perfectly.
Second down, 15 yards to go. 5-yard loss. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to play. 4 receivers stacked to the left. Once again, 3-man front for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge showing blitz. Here comes pressure again. Ball is up, up, up. Did he make the catch? It's going to be pass interference. I don't know. He had his back turned. He didn't really turn around to look at the ball. He played the receiver, and it should be pass interference in the end zone.
It is. It wasn't by much. The problem is that ball sailed to get there, and so Jimerson, as you mentioned, he didn't have his head turned around, so he's playing that thing on a timing. And as a quarterback, literally on an island by yourself out there, you've got to know this thing's got to be coming down any second. And so he just kind of tries to make a judgment call on when to attack it, but because he didn't have his head around, he just got there a little bit early. It wasn't much, but it was enough to get that flag called. And it's going to be a 1st and goal. It looks like they're going to spot this right at the 10-yard line for Clinton, who's now got their starting quarterback back in, Riker Arms back in the backfield as well. I think down here, David, if you can at all possible, you've got to have some safety help up over the top of Maddox, knowing that he's the guy you're going to right here if the ball's in the air.
3 minutes, 7 seconds to play first half. 3 receivers to the left. Line of scrimmage now the 10-yard line. Back to pass. Pressured. Pass. Batted away. Nice defensive play by Pendergrass. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it almost looked a nice little play design there. It almost looked like they were going to sneak a wheel route to Arms back at the back corner of the end zone, but that quarterback chose to go for that receiver closer up to the line of scrimmage, but he just kind of sailed it too high, couldn't make the catch, and nice closing speed by Pendergrass to make sure he didn't come down with that.
Officially, it is 3rd down, 3 yards to go. The ball is at the 10-yard line. 21-0 Wildcats. Nobody in the backfield. 3 receivers split to the left, 3 to the right. Tried to get Oak Ridge to jump off sides. Looking over to the sideline once again is the quarterback for the Dragons. Now they got somebody back. That's Riker, I believe. Riker dropped a touchdown pass last year at Blankenship Field. Let's see if they try to go to him. They are going to hand it off. Nope, the quarterback running it in. 5, 4, 3. Touchdown, Dragons. Clinton scores with 2 minutes and 57 seconds. The Wildcat defensive backs and players all looked at Riker, and he just chucked it in there from 10 yards out, and they're on the board.
Yeah, and then a couple guys in the back end, they realized the quarterback was coming, and I don't blame them because that's not a guy I'd want to get in the pathway of, but they stopped. And on a guy like that, you've got to be in football, you're the hammer or the nail. And that time, the Oak Ridge players, the guy at the end zone just kind of hesitated just for a moment. And when you've got a big guy with that much force coming downfield, if you wait on him, he's going to run over you.
Looks like they're going for 2.
Oh.
And I agree, I mean, it was kind of a quick snap. The Wildcats didn't even look like they were ready.
Nobody on either line really moved. Everybody just kind of stood there. But they just threw a fade route, and they're going to get Zayden on a pass interference. And both guys were handsy, but that's usually a call at that point in the field. I feel like that you kind of let both guys battle it out, but unfortunately they call Oak Ridge for the penalty. That doesn't really do much but move it up about a yard, though. And if I'm Clinton, to me, the play I trust right now, I'm just giving it to the quarterback and just letting him run downhill and try to fall forward for a yard.
Yeah, the ball's at the 1 yard line. They're going for 2. Benjamin in the backfield. He's going to look and fire a pass, incomplete. Why didn't he run it? Why would you throw the ball right there?
Totally overcomplicating the issue, but hey, as an Oak Ridge fan, I'll take it.
2:57 to play. We're in the first half. 21-6 our score. Wildcats in the lead. We'll be back with a Dragon kickoff in 60 seconds. Welcome back once again to Clinton. Ortiz to kick off for the Dragons. Here it is. It's a pop-up kick. Going to be fielded on a short by Will Presley at the 25 to the 30-yard line. Trying to get outside, breaks the tackle, but then goes down at around the 34-yard line. That's officially where he went down. 1st and 10 Wildcats. 2:48 to play. They popped it up to Will. A little surprising there.
Yeah, you don't see that often. I don't know if that was intentional. It certainly looked intentional, but hey, Will, I'm sure Will's telling himself, man, that guy got lucky because it looked like he had broken the tackle, kind of swim moved the guy, but then his foot slipped out from under him. So I know Will's thinking, man, I almost had one.
At halftime, we'll have the Haste halftime report with Mark and Shauna Haste. Mike Sheehan will do the scoring summary. We'll give away $30 family meal from Fast Barbecue. We'll hope you'll stay tuned for that. We got a trivia question, and we'll have the number for you to call, and we'll give that away. We're going to do that each and every ball game. Stansbury 1st and 10. Demillion Porter trying to get free, does not. Going to be tackled at the 34-yard line. Little flip there by Jared Bafford. It'll be on the play. 2:35 to play. 2nd down, and looks like 10 yards to go.
And as quickly as Oak Ridge has scored, I understand why they're not in a total rush here, because if you do have to punt, you don't want to give Clinton any time to somehow steal a touchdown and make this game closer than it should be. But also, you've got quick strike capability, so there's no need to be rushed and in a hurry right now.
Demillion Porter in the backfield for the Wildcats. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Adam Washington split out to the near side. He's a senior. The Wildcats have Jarrell Jimerson, senior. Will Presley, senior, to the left. The tight end, the junior, is Malik Howard. We'll set that line in a moment. I hate that we don't talk more about the linemen. Blaine Stansbury is the quarterback. Once again, 2nd down, 9 yards to go. 1:48 and counting. Blaine to pass, has time. Goes deep. Will Presley under it. Face guard, face mask. Not a face mask, but it's pass interference. Will helps him up, and the Wildcats will have a 1st down. We've got a flag in the backfield. We might have roughing the passer. We might have a hold. Might be offsetting penalties. We'll see what Wayne says.
This is going to be tough because these guys have been diligent in making sure that they've got everything communicated. So it looks like one official in the backfield does signal holding.
It's going to offset.
Yeah.
The elderly official is the one who made the call, and it'll be offsetting penalties. Pass interference up here at the 34-yard line, and then holding on the line of scrimmage. 99 seconds to play here in the 1st half. 21-6, Oak Ridge in the lead.
Yeah.
And go ahead. Well,
I was just going to say, you're fine. It's kind of an interesting situation for Oak Ridge because obviously you're thinking you want to score here, but you've got to be cognizant. I guess they'll end up replaying 2nd down, but depending on what happens on this down, let's say it's an incomplete pass, you don't want to stop the clock, and then just give Clinton the ball back because they've got quick strike capability with Maddox as a wideout. So it's a little bit of a chess game right here if you're Coach Rang, figuring out how aggressive you want to be on 2nd down when they ultimately restart this thing, which at this point may be tomorrow morning.
Remember, the Laurel Lynn Green halftime show takes place here in a bit. The official picks up the flag. There's 2 guys up here at the 26 just standing over their yellow laundry on the field. And I think they've got it settled. And they're going to say holding against the offense, pass interference against the Dragons. Sideline warning against the Dragons. So they step the yardage up to the 49-yard line.
Oh, don't tell me they're going to do one of my favorite
and when they walk
comical
back
things where they walk it back. Like we can all do 10 minus 10. There's no need to walk 10 yards forward and then walk it right back. You're wasting. But because to me that's what should happen because Oak Ridge is lining up like they're going to run the play, which I would take. But a sideline warning, that's their first. It shouldn't be enforced, I wouldn't think. So to me, it should still be offsetting. Unless I'm missing something.
I can just tell you this. Jim Underwood's not happy to my left over there, Alex Myers.
I'm here for that.
He wants the game to start going. Of course, Jim Underwood, the father of the 1991 state champion quarterback, Mike Underwood. Wayne and the guys talking it out. It's the Wildcats have the ball spotted at the 49-yard line, so maybe we need some help from some official to help us a bit. It is, according to the scoreboard, 1st and 10. So we got the better end of that deal, Alex.
I'll take it. I don't know how we got there, but I'm not going to argue.
From the 49-yard line, a minute 39 to play, 21-6. Malik looking for the play. He's got it. Being signaled in by James Branson and Coach Pace. Blaine Stansberry, the quarterback, 1st and 10 at the Wildcat 49. Eventually we'll start here. Play clock down to 9. Big rush. Blaine is sacked. Somebody missed a block. He came almost untouched and drilled Blaine Stansberry.
Yeah, it looked like for Clinton that time. I think it was Jackson Harrell. It's not the first Harrell to make big plays on this field, but now all of a sudden, okay, that clock, you got a better idea what you're going against here. 1:20 and counting, and now you're 2nd and 20. Now you got to move with a little sense of purpose and urgency right here for Oak Ridge. I'll give Oak Ridge's line credit. We've complimented them all day. That's really the first lapse they've had. Unfortunately, probably a painful one if you're Blaine.
Nobody in the backfield. DeMillion Porter and Adam Washington split to his right. 3 guys, including Big Malik Howard, Will Presley, and another. Another pressure. They set up the screen. Pass is caught. DeMillion Porter, 40, 45, to the 50, to the 45-yard line. Big block, and somebody is getting up slowly for the Dragons. The Wildcats, and they're going to call a flag. That was a clean hit. Legal hit. He might have said something, but the elderly official comes over once again to slow things down.
There's no way that I don't know if there was something said. If there was something said, perhaps. But Maddox, thankfully, it looks like he's going to be okay. He took a shot. It was legal, but it was an athletic play by Oak Ridge's Elijah Young, who came from the right side of his right tackle position, comes all the way over and kind of cross blocks away. They don't throw the flag until after the whistle has been blown. Every single white jersey and every black jersey is past the player. The older official walks up to Maddox and just casually drops the flag next to him.
Same guy who called the last time. We're in Clinton, and the officials have been really good.
They have.
Except one guy here in the second quarter.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. You wait until after the play and then walk up to him and drop it.
So
I mean, that's pretty bad.
It is bad. And here comes, well, I thought another flag. He got his flag back. He's the only one who threw one, and he threw it, like you said, Alex, very, very late. 2nd down, 18 yards to go or longer. They've got to get up to the 49-yard line. The ball is resting way back at around the 25-yard line, 29 seconds to play. Still have big strike capabilities. The Wildcats taking a lot of time as Blaine Stansberry has it. 2nd and 32 yards to go. Blaine's going to go to Will. He's wide open, but the pass is going on the sideline to Malik Howard, who makes a great catch. Close to a first down. What a catch by Malik with 12 seconds to play. What a catch right here in front of us by the very highly recruited Malik Howard.
And you can see why right there. A guy that big should not be able to toe tap on the sideline. And the most impressive thing was not even the toe tap or the balance. It was his concentration as 2 defenders were closing in and swatting at the ball to somehow not lose track of that ball. And a great throw by Blaine, squeezing it in there between a couple defenders.
Only 12 seconds on the clock, though. 3rd down, 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 49-yard line of Oak Ridge. What will the elderly official do on this call? 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Whistles blow. Timeout is asked for. We'll take it ourselves. 12 seconds to play. Get ready to get your phones out. We're having a trivia question and $30 worth of barbecue and sides coming up in a moment. We'll be back to Clinton in 30 seconds. We always appreciate Todd Fox, and we also appreciate all of our sponsors. We couldn't do it without them, as we say each and every week. We'll be in Lenoir City next week. The Wildcats taking on the Panthers another new head coach will be facing next week. Only 12 seconds on the clock. My phone is blowing up. It's probably elderly people scolding me, pointing out to me that I'm one of those guys. Third down, 10. Blaine the pass to Malik Howard. He's under it. He makes the catch. 6 seconds. 5, 4. He makes a beautiful catch on the sideline. Between two men, Eli Pearson probably will come onto the field to attempt the field goal with 4 seconds to play. What a catch by Malik Howard.
What a catch. He bobbled it. And Oak Ridge, there's just some confusion. And is there a timeout? Good. Okay, good. I was going to say there's some confusion, and I was afraid Oak Ridge wasn't going to get the playoff because they were trying to send Eli Pearson in. Coach Rank's out of breath. He ran down there like one of the players trying to get their attention. But what a play. Malik Howard, as big as he is, essentially just playing wideout that time, juggling and still balancing along that sideline. What a play, and what an awesome luxury Oak Ridge has to have not one but two of those guys where you can just throw it up at any point down the field and make a big play.
4 seconds to play here in the first half. I mean, 2 spectacular catches. That's why he's being heavily recruited, Alex Myers.
Yeah, and it's one thing. A lot of guys are, well, not a lot of guys are that big, but around the country there's a lot of guys that are 6'4", 6'5", big bodies. But there's not a lot that are that big but have hands like that and also can have the athleticism to balance along the sideline.
Mike Sheehan, your thoughts on those beautiful catches by Malik Howard?
Perfect. I mean, you can't say anything any better. I'll tell you, Blaine Stansbury has a great throwing arm, and Malik Howard adjusted straight to that pass, got right under it, all the way down to the 15. Eli Pearson's got a chip shot coming up.
32-yard attempt from the right hash. 4 seconds to play. And looks like Clinton's going to call another timeout. Let's take it with him. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Clinton in 30 seconds. Alex Myers, do you think Matt Queener is happy now that we've picked, at least I have picked on the officials?
Probably makes him feel right at home, makes him feel like we're right in the heart of basketball season. David, it's Gage Pilgrim on to snap. It will be Adam Washington to hold, and the All-State caliber kicker back this week to kick.
32-yard field goal with 4 seconds to go in the first half. Pilgrim's snap coming. It's high. Kick is on its way. He missed it. Off to the left side. Just hooked it to the left as the final seconds tick off in the first half. Good first half of football for the Wildcats. They put 21 on the board, and they lead the Dragons 21-6. Alex, your thoughts?
Yeah, just a good half of football. Like you said, kind of both teams filling each other out the first couple drives. A slow start, but Oak Ridge quickly figured out, hey, we got a big-time advantage at the line of scrimmage and up front. They let Bafford, Young, those guys up front just pave holes for DeMillion, who's back and looks fresh and healthy this week. He's looked good, and then after that, you mentioned they need to get the passing game going. They got it going, and hey, that defense has looked pretty good too. Only kind of one big mistake on that 4th and long, but overall, really good performance by the Cats to start.
Mike, your thoughts on the first half?
It's an excellent first half. Really exciting game, David. Kind of like I thought it would. Oak Ridge jumped out here 14-0 lead and led for the longest time before the talent of the Clinton Dragons came through, especially Bryson Maggs. That young man is a very good athlete. So we've got a good game going here, 21-6 at the half.
We're at halftime. The Clinton band about to perform in front of us. Clinton always traditionally has had a great band. Marquez is working on the stats. Mike's going to have the scoring summary. Why don't we take a break? We'll send it back to Brian Bennett once again. Back at the studios of FM 92.7. We're also on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're on prepradio.com as well. 21-6, the Wildcats in the lead. We'll take a break. We'll be back with Mike's scoring summary following this 3-minute timeout.
Harvey Inn Express, Cheeks Grayson Portwood, Daniel Lawson, NCT Guns and Rage, the family of Braden Westmoreland, main parents class of 1982, Touch Over Contracting LLC, Hannah Cox, John Gray, Ronald McGill Vanity, Nancy Electric, St. Mark United Methodist Church, the Powers family, LB and Dolores Crowley, Daniel and Jessica Bray, Legends of Ed Photo, Jim and Cheryl Hunter, Rebecca Daniel, Ironworkers Local 384, Josh Anderson, Rocky Top Realty, Jonathan Bennett, Alloy Fabrications Incorporated, Sean and Shannon Smith, Fastenal, TN Paul, CNS Cares, Fox Farley, Wilson, Burnett, Attorneys at Law, Jill Denise Davis, and Tom and Nancy Thrasher.
I didn't tweet at halftime.
He's been doing it for years. He quit for a while. But he started last night on the prep radio, probably in Rodney Watson, the Catholic, Madison County guy. They said he's been off and on for 45 years now.
Didn't this crew work? Didn't this crew work?
He used to play softball.
He did last night. Well, I saw Wayne in the white hat.
Same guys.
Yeah, he was.
I'm scared I'm going to
Ladies
mess
and
something
gentlemen,
up
the
trying to get my
2025
bag.
Clinton High School Marching Band.
Good. It's really good. Excuse me, I'm coming right behind you.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Good, good.
Welcome back to Clinton, Tennessee. David Clary along with Mike Sheehan, Mark and Shauna Hayes. We also have Caleb Jackson along with Preston Fetters, Miles Bergen. We've got Matthew Charles, Brian Bennett back at the station, Grayson Brown, got Connor Sharp. But right next to me is Mike Sheehan. Mike, I remember your very first ball game when you helped us many, many years ago, back in the early 90s. We were here at Clinton. Does it bring back fond memories?
Absolutely it does. Mine didn't start off too good, but it definitely finished better. I accidentally knocked a radio antenna into a fan, and it made the awfulest noise you've ever heard.
Clank, clank, clank,
that
clank,
was
clank.
the way my announcement career actually started on the varsity.
Well, why don't you run down the scoring summary as the Wildcats have the lead 21-6 as the Dragon Band plays.
Thank you, David. First out for the Wildcat, it was a good defensive battle all the way in the first quarter till 33 seconds left when DeMillion Porter had a beautiful 56-yard touchdown run around right in all the way into the end zone to put the Wildcats up 7-0. Great blocking up front by Jared Bafford, Eli Young, Caden Chipman, Torrey Hope, Nate Stevens. Great job by those big linemen to free up DeMillion for a beautiful run. Put the Wildcats up 6-0. Then Eli Pearson came in and kicked the ball between the uprights, and the Wildcats led 7-0. Then with only 10:28 left to start in the second quarter, DeMillion Porter had another run for 49 yards and put the Wildcats up 13-0. Eli Pearson came in and kicked the ball between the uprights, and the Wildcats had scored 14 unanswered points against the Clinton Dragons. Then with 7:03 left in the second quarter, a 55-yard pass from Blaine Stansbury to Will Presley. Will outran everybody to the end zone, and the Wildcats went up 20-0. Eli Pearson again came in. Mr. Reliable kicked the ball between the uprights, and the Wildcat has scored 21 unanswered points before, with only 2 minutes and 57 seconds left in the first half. Jaden Benjamin threw a 10-yard pass to Brandon Maddox, and the Dragons got on the board with 6 points. Then after an Oak Ridge offside, they went for 2, but the pass was incomplete, so the Wildcats maintained their lead 21-6. Then with only 40 seconds left in the game, Blaine Stansbury threw a beautiful 36-yard pass to Malik Howard all the way down to the Wildcat 15-yard line with only 4 seconds left. Then Eli Pearson came in and kicked a field goal, but it went wide left. So the Wildcats leave a very exciting here first half at Clinton Dragon Field. Oak Ridge up 21-7. We'll take a 3-minute timeout and we'll be right back. Absolutely. Take it out of
Welcome back once again to Clinton, Tennessee. 9:30 before we start. The Wildcat band is getting ready to play. Mike, Sheehan is with us, but Mark Hayes has got the first half statistics. Take it away, Mark.
Thank you very much, David. As you said, Oak Ridge leads at the half over the Clinton Dragons by a score of 21-6. Looking at the statistics for Oak Ridge in the first half, they're led on the ground by Demillion Porter. He has 8 rushes for 169 yards. That's an average of 21.1 yards per carry. His long tonight is 56 yards. He has 2 rushing touchdowns. Also rushing for the Wildcats, Blaine Stansberry, quarterback. He has 2 rushes, netting -4 yards. So as a team, the Wildcats have 10 carries for 165 yards on the ground. Through the air, the Wildcats, quarterback Blaine Stansberry, he's 7 of 10 for 114 yards. His long is 55 yards. Receiving for the Wildcats, Malik Howard, 3 receptions for 63 yards. Will Presley has a 55-yard touchdown reception. Demillion Porter has a 1-yard reception. And Jarrell Jimerson has 2 receptions, landing -5 yards. So as a team, the Wildcats on the ground, they have 165 yards on 10 carries. They have 114 yards through the air on 7 receptions for a total offense tonight in the first half of 279 yards. Wildcats have 7 first downs in the ballgame. They've been penalized 6 times for 71 yards. Now looking at the Clinton Dragons, they're led on the ground by Riker Arms, former Wildcat. He has 2 carries for 28 yards. Jalen Benjamin has had some quarterbacking duties tonight. He's 4 carries for 16 yards, rather. Marco Shashbaz has a carry for -5 yards. Mason Eckerson, 3 carries, netting -6 yards. And number 2, Cameron Anderson, 3 carries, netting -7 yards. So as a team, the Dragons have rushed the ball 13 times for 26 yards. That's an average of 2 yards per carry compared to Oak Ridge's average per carry of 16.5 yards per carry as a team. Through the air, the Dragons, they've had 2 quarterbacks who have thrown the ball. Jalen Benjamin has 4 completions on 7 attempts for 56 yards. His long is 40 yards. Also throwing the ball was Mason Erickson. He had one completion on 1 attempt for 4 yards. So as a team, the Clinton Dragons, they're 5 of 8 for 60 yards through the air. Receiving for the Dragons, they're led by Bryson Maddox. He had a nice 40-yard reception. They're late in the first half. Also receiving for the Dragons, Austin Phillips, 2 receptions for 12 yards. Braylon Hayden has a 4-yard reception, as does Cameron Anderson. So as a team, the Clinton Dragons have 26 yards on the ground on 13 carries. They have 60 yards through the air on 5 receptions for a total offense tonight of 86 yards. Clinton has 5 first downs in the first half. They have 5 penalties for 50 yards. So look at the team side by side. Rushing yards, Oak Ridge 165, Clinton 26. Through the air, Oak Ridge has 114, Clinton 60. Total offense, Oak Ridge with 279 total offensive yards in the first half, Clinton 86. First downs, Oak Ridge has 7, Clinton 5. Penalties, Oak Ridge 6 penalties for 71 yards, Clinton 5 penalties for 50 yards. Again, this is Mark Hayes, where at the half, Oak Ridge leads by a score of 21-6 over the Clinton Dragons. And we'll be back after this 3-minute timeout.
please. The roped off area around the concession stand is off limits to unsupervised minors. Also, a set of keys has been found. Keys for a Nissan. James Brummett Truck Insurance key chain. Please go to the student section end zone.
I like having the band over there instead of right here. I don't know why they came out over here. I don't know why they took those bleachers. They're not very opposing fans. No, they're not. Off with the band. Those horns, I can't really hear. Yeah, right. Good mimic, man. Good mimic. You didn't wake up during the night. Yeah, I'm gonna ringing in my ear. He's doing all right. Evan's not doing good. I don't know if she broke her ankle 3 weeks ago. Awesome. Otherwise,
Dragon Football would like to offer a special thanks to Apple Blossom Restaurant for the pregame meal.
David Clary back here at Clinton, Tennessee, 21-6, the Wildcats in the lead. It's now time for our trivia question. Brought to you by Fats Barbecue, where family atmosphere meets terrific service. For the past 30 years, they've proudly served the community from their storefront at 366 East Tennessee Avenue in Oak Ridge. In addition to their beloved restaurant, they also offer a food truck and catering service, ensuring they bring out delicious barbecue to whoever you are. Our commitment to create a welcoming space where everyone feels like they truly belong. Fats is offering a family meal with a $30 value each game starting tonight. For the first caller at 865, this is a trivia question, so don't just call it up unless you know the answer. Call this number, 865-310-7207, to answer the trivia question, and you will be the winner of a $30 family meal from Fats Barbecue. Here is the trivia question. Oak Ridge is playing Clinton tonight for the 65th time since 1943. That's the most games against any single opponent. The second and third teams are also on our schedule this year. Who are they? The first caller with the right answer, the teams that Oak Ridge has played second or third amount of times. Who are they? And you'll be the winner. And we'll open the lineup once again. Area code 865-310-7207. Wildcats are out of the dressing room. So is Clinton. We're going to take another break. We are live in Clinton. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge on top, 21-6. When we come back, we'll have the winner of this trivia question. Once again, the question. Oak Ridge is playing Clinton for the 65th time since 1943. That's the most games against any single opponent. The second and third place teams are on this year's schedule. Who are they? We've got phones ringing. We'll come back and talk about it. We'll take a break. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back with the second half following this 2-minute timeout. Keep answering.
Sorry, we already have a winner. What was your answer? That is correct. Sorry you were a little bit late getting in. Good answer. Thanks for calling.
Here's another one.
Somebody said, oh, we have an answer. What was your answer?
Cool.
Get ready to get off. I gotta get off here, okay? Thanks for calling, man. Out on the field.
Welcome back once again to Clinton. The Wildcats on top, 21-6, and we had a winner in our trivia question. We had a lot of calls, and just about everybody got the answer right. The question once again was, Oak Ridge is playing for Clinton for the 65th time since 1943. That's the most games against any opponent. Who are the second most and the third most that Oak Ridge has played against? Farragut is number 2 with 50 games. It'll be 51 later. Dobbins-Bennett is third with 46. We're about to get set here from Clinton once again. The second half about to get underway. The Dragons will be kicking off to the Wildcats. 21-6 Oak Ridge. And here comes the kickoff of the second half. Ortiz makes his approach, and it's an onside kick, and the Wildcats are going to recover it, I believe, right at the 48-yard line. The Wildcats recover for the second consecutive week an onside kick. I didn't quite see the number. It might have been Adam Washington who recovered the onside kick. Marcia Zolliger won our trivia, Alex, and got the answer right. Farragut and Dobbins-Bennett.
That's good. Congratulations, Marcia. Great longtime Wildcat fan, great person, great mother of a couple of really great Oak Ridge Wildcat players. I'm disappointed I didn't get to do the read. I was looking forward to talking about some barbecue, but unfortunately, the lines here are not quite as efficient as they are at Blankenship Field.
Or at Fats Barbecue.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Here come the Wildcats. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 48-yard line. The Wildcats moving left to right. If you're listening to us on FM 92.7, Demillion Porter around the left side on the short side of the field, 50. Moves the ball to the Dragon 45-yard line. Whistles blow. They haven't moved the chains yet. I don't know if there's a flag. They're looking at it across the way, and a different official is going to call something against Oak Ridge this time. I got an interesting conversation. Thomas Cox came up here, and he got here a little bit late, and my phone has been blowing up. Chip Hughley on the 91 team, others. They seem to have enjoyed my comment about the officials, not pointing out that I might be older than that guy.
Thomas Cox said the same thing. I passed him, and he said, yeah, just got here, said, I was listening to y'all in the car ride over here, and he said, I can't stop laughing at David's comments about the older gentleman.
It is holding against Oak Ridge. They walk the ball back to the 39-yard line. The Wildcats have Adam Washington, Will Presley, one other receiver to the right of the quarterback, one man to the left. We'll get the linemen in a minute as the Wildcats hand it off to Demillion Porter. Demillion moving close to the 40-yard line, just not much there. as Clinton is kind of shored up. Why don't you talk about those offensive linemen?
Yeah, left to right, it's Jared Bafford, Elijah Young, Caden Chipman, the sophomore playing center this year. Torrey Holt, the right guard, he's a senior, but he's a guy who's played some different spots over the last couple years. And then at right tackle, number 67, another senior, Nate Stevens. It looks like Clinton's made an adjustment. That last play, last year, Maddox covered Will Presley the whole game, I felt, if I remember correctly. Now, earlier in the game, he was kind of floating around. The last couple of plays, he's been guarding Presley and now Malik Howard.
2nd and 18. Here's the pass to Will Presley, wide open. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Will Presley. The Wildcats wide open. Where was Bryson Maddox? Nowhere around Will Presley. Touchdown, Oak Ridge.
60-yard throw and catch, and that's about as easy as it comes. Credit Coach Rang and this staff. Blaine had great protection, but that route tree, that play design against a zone defense, it fooled them all. The problem was I was watching Bryson. He was lined up on Malik, but he clearly faked and then dropped back, so which told me they're in a zone. And when I looked towards Will, their safeties and corners, both of them stopped. Nobody had over the top. Easy pitch and catch.
Here's the extra point. It's up, and it's good. Eli Pearson, 1 minute off the clock in the second half. 28-6 Oak Ridge. We'll be back with a Wildcat kickoff in 60 seconds. Welcome back to Clinton. The Wildcats kicking off here, leading 28-6. Eli boots it long, end over end kick, fielded at the 5, 10, 15, 20, and runs out of bounds at around the 26-yard line, and that is where the Dragons will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. He had 1 foot in the end zone, but the ball stayed down at the 1. That's why he was able to pull it out.
See, I always get confused every year. I always thought if any part of your body was in there as you're touching it, they would call it. But clearly, I'm not exactly a rules aficionado. And immediately we've got another stoppage. Looks like they're going to tell Maddox he's got to step out for a minute. I don't know. They pointed to his ankle. Maybe might have a cut on him or something, but I'm sure they'll get him right back in there as they do this bunch trips formation to the right.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Dragons. The ball at their own 26-yard line. Wildcats almost jumped off sides. They showed blitz. Haven't really called Monte Bishop's name much today in this one. You were all over him last week, and he had a phenomenal game last week for the Wildcats. First down, 10 yards to go. Little quick pass is low, and it's picked up, and the tackle is made. I think you thought it was off the ground. I think he caught it right at his shoe tops.
Okay, it was pretty close. You're right. I definitely thought it hit the ground, but okay, if you caught it. But it brings up a second down and about 4. This is one of the first times all night it seems like Clinton has a second and manageable. Since that opening drive, they've been struggling, backed up 2nd and long, 3rd and long.
Really good student section tonight for the Wildcats. That's them making all that noise to our right. There's movement all the way across the line. It was 2nd and 5. That might be a first down.
No, I think it's going to be backwards because it looked like Maddox took off, which is, you don't usually see that on the offense. If they do, it's usually a lineman, but he's the one, maybe somebody else did as well, but he immediately turned around like he was in the right. So clearly some confusion, and just as we say, they finally have a second manageable, it's right back to 2nd and 10.
in the 2 games, 3 games, 4 games that Bryson Mattis has played against us, he has just been dominant as a receiver. They just really haven't gone to him much. He's made some nice plays, but got single coverage on him out here once again by the sophomore Zayden Williams. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Long pass to another guy. This could be picked off, and it's a great play. Tyree Porter, does he come down with it? I don't think so, but a great effort.
Tyree's given up quite a bit of height difference there, but it doesn't matter because Tyree can jump out of the gym. That time he looked like a post player just going up for a rebound. He met him at the top at the ball's high point and just swatted that ball down. Not an easy thing to do. I don't care if you're 6'3". If you're guarding Maddox, he's going to out-jump most anybody. Nonetheless, if you're Tyree Porter, great play. And Dave, the best part, his timing. He didn't get there early and get pass interference is a beautiful play.
10:41 to play, 3rd quarter, 28-6 the score. It is now 3rd down, 10 yards to go. The ball is at the Dragon 26-yard line. Once again, Maddox and 2 other guys split out to the left. One running back behind the quarterback with the quarterback side by side, Benjamin. Here comes Wayne Gibson. He sacks him all the way back to the 6-yard line. Wayne Gibson shot out of the cannon. It's a big loss, and he's down on the play, the Dragon quarterback. Let's take a quick break. This injury timeout is brought to you by East Tennessee Spine and Sport. We'll be back to Clinton following this 30-second timeout. I'm going to talk to Miles real quick. Benjamin still down on the play. The Wildcats on top 28-6. Miles Bergen joins us here. Miles, his first broadcast with us up here. Miles, are you having a good time?
Yeah, having a great time doing the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's the first time he's ever had to do that. He's going to hopefully be part of our drone part of our broadcast coming up hopefully next week if he doesn't crash it. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, I've been flying RC planes for a while, so I'm excited to get out there, get the drone footage up ahead.
Miles, you're a rower. What made you get into rowing?
Oh, my mom was looking through summer camps in about 7th grade, and my mom decided that I was at home too much and I was fat. So, time to start rowing.
That's Miles Bergen, part of our staff. Preston, come down here. I'm going to talk to you real quick. This is Preston Fetters doing our camera work. Your brothers helped us. Your first ball game helping us full time. How has it been so far?
It's been pretty good. A little bit stressful, but good.
Why is it stressful? We're up 28-6.
Well, it's because I'm nervous to mess up.
Well, Preston, I'm going to let you go, and it's good to see. Well, he's being assisted off. I hope he's okay. I mean, the Wildcats came in really strong, Alex Myers.
Yeah, you just wonder if it might be something in the lower extremity because it looked like Wayne got him around the legs, but it didn't look anything crazy, but he might have got twisted up. But like you said, hopefully he's going to be okay. I'll give some advice. If you're going to drive that or fly that drone next week, you can talk to myself or Miss Hawkins. You're going to want to steer clear of the top row of the visiting bleachers because there might be someone over there. If you get in their line of sight, they might have a problem with it.
Yeah, we had a little confrontation at Lenore City last year, so hopefully, and Alex has decided he doesn't want to go back there, so he's going to be off someplace.
I'm taking a 1-game suspension.
I think Mike Sheehan and I are going to have the broadcast for you next week. Alex is going to be off someplace. The Oak Ridge defense, stellar, is giving up the 1 score. It'll be 4th down, 22 yards to go. They're in what is their punt formation. I hope Benjamin's okay as he goes off the sideline. We'll get an eye on him in a bit. Punter's going to roll to his right and punt it. It's not a bad punt. A fair catch is made by Jarrell Jemerson at the 45-yard line of the Dragons. Once again, great field position for the Wildcats. 10-10 for whatever reason and counting. They ticked off a few seconds off the clock. 28-6 to score. Oak Ridge in the lead. Totally in control of this game, Alex.
Yeah, very much in control. And you know who's kind of had a quiet last quarter or so has been DeMillion Porter. He scored his last touchdown, I think it was at the 10:28 mark in the second quarter. The following drive, they had Wayne Gibson in there, gave him a little bit of a breather, and then after that, Katie barred the door. It was all lights out for the passing game. So he's back in there. I'm sure he's wanting to get back into the mix a little bit. He had 168 yards a minute and a half into the second quarter, and he's probably not eclipsed the 200-yard mark, but I'm sure he'd love to do that right here.
10:07 to play, third quarter, 28-6. Oak Ridge in the lead. Senior quarterback, the all-time leading passer in Oak Ridge history, flips it out to DeMillion Porter, little stiff arm, 40. DeMillion Porter, 35, pushed out of bounds at the 34-yard line. That's enough for another 10 back in Oak Ridge first down. And incidentally, all of the touchdowns, once again, are brought to you by the class of 1989. I failed to say that. I apologize to all those wonderful graduates of the class of 1989 and Chris Corwin. We're getting back into the rhythm of things, but all the touchdowns sponsored by the class of 1989.
Yeah, Corwin, Stan Cooper, is a bunch of great guys and gals in that class. On that run right there, it's so cool to see these wide receivers get a lot of praise for what they do catching the ball, but it was Adam Washington and Will Presley blocking downfield that helped spring DeMillion Porter.
First down, 10 yards to go at the Dragon 34. Pass out of the backfield is caught. Nice catch. Down the sideline, 30, 20. Wildcats. Nice block down the field, all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Well, there's a flag, but it was great blocking again. That time, Malik Howard and Will Presley just blocking 20, 25 yards downfield, but unfortunately, where this flag was thrown, I'm afraid it's going to be called back.
This crew last night called everything in the world. Everything. I honestly thought that Catholic was getting the short end of the stick last night in the Anderson County Catholic ball game. A lot of calls. This crew, I guess they like flaggage, as they say on our PA system.
Well, I like sleep, David. It's coming in on 9 o'clock, and this is,
That's nothing compared to last week.
No, but, we're headed that direction of 2 hours, and we're just past halftime. My goodness.
Penalty yardage, step back to the 44-yard line. Once again, 10-yard step off against the Wildcats. First down, 20 yards to go. 9 minutes, 49 seconds to play. Third quarter, 28-6, Oak Ridge in the lead. If you just tuned us in on FM 92.7, Wildcats have never trailed. Here's the pitch to DeMillion Porter on the short side of the field, and there's nothing but black shirts over there, and it's a big loss on the play.
And Clinton has to be going, finally. That's, I think, DeMillion's first play that he's not gotten positive yards, maybe all night, and they got him wrapped in the backfield. Like the little toss out to him gives him a chance to use that skill set from a vision standpoint and see what's in front of him, but unfortunately that time the blocking just kind of eroded quickly, and the Dragons, several of them were back in the backfield.
Grayson Brown, there's another penalty back to the 41-yard line. Anyway,
I think they watched the broadcast at halftime.
I think Matt Queener called them all and told them that Clary's up there blasting you. Keep doing it. Keep throwing those flags. It'll be another loss of 10. It'll be first down, 30 yards to go. Back at the 41-yard line. 9:29 to play. Just throw it to Will. Throw it to Malik. Blaine Stansberry from the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left. DeMillion in the backfield. They're going to throw it. Blaine rolls. He could run it. He's going to go across the way. Not sure. I think he was trying to throw it to DeMillion Porter.
Well, Jarrell was supposed to be coming across the middle about 25 yards downfield, but right when he came out of his break, he got almost turned around. There was a tug on his jersey. I don't know if he would have been ahead enough to make that catch, but it certainly slowed him down enough to where he thought there should have been a flag. He was looking around, and I don't blame him.
Caleb Jackson, Connor Sharp, Grayson Brown, Matthew Charles are down on the field camera guys. I know we talked to Miles and Preston earlier. I want to get everybody's name in. As the Wildcats have the ball at the 41-yard line. Second down, 34 yards to go. From the 41 movement, they stack the line of scrimmage. Here comes Blaine, rolling, fires a pass, complete, 40, 45, Malik Howard 50, 45, runs off, almost out of bounds. He's going to go down at around the 40. Whistles blow, and the Dragons continue to hit him, but not before he picks up considerable yardage. They came in strong. Great play by the Wildcats, all alone, and it's close to a gain of about 25 yards.
And that's what that previous play does. Even though it's incomplete, it's an incomplete pass to Jimerson. You get that secondary and the linebacker core of the Dragons going, okay, they're wanting to take the deep shot. Well, then they have guys on the very next play running similar routes, and then off a little bit of a delay, here comes Malik just sneaking out of the backfield, and everybody's looking downfield and not back where he's at. Just great play design, great coaching right now by this offensive staff.
3rd down, 15 yards to go. Ball is at the 39-yard line of the Dragons. Lots of pressure once again. Jarrell Jimerson this time breaks a tackle, moves the ball to the 33-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about 10 yards to go.
Every time he touches the ball, it looks like he's on a punt return. He's so quick, so shifty, and he just stays low to the ground. I was afraid he was going to go backwards to try to make a play. I didn't think there was any room forward, but somehow he kind of squeezed through the gap there and made something out of nothing. It makes a 4th down where you're able to try to go for this now. If you didn't get anything there, it's probably an easy punt decision.
Yeah, it's 4th down and 8 yards to go. 7:40 and counting in the 3rd quarter. 28-6, the Wildcats in the lead. Good student section over to our right, making all that noise with those noisemakers.
Well, they got quiet. I think Charlie Taubenheim, some of those guys, maybe Parker Free up there, Blaine was pointing at them, shushing them, saying they're trying to communicate, and they listened and they got quiet. But I think Oak Ridge is going to hold this one out and take a timeout or let the play clock run down.
Let's take a quick break here. We're going to send it back to Brian Bennett. Oak Ridge on top, 28-6. Back to Clinton in 60 seconds.
You kept me here for a while, a few minutes ago.
Welcome back to Clinton. The Wildcats lining up to go for it here. 4th down, 9 yards to go. Ball at the Dragon 32-yard line. Stansberry back to pass, has time, across the way, incomplete. It's intended to Malik Howard. There was a little pushing, but he really wasn't open that much, and they'll turn it over on downs.
No, just good coverage by that. They were ready for that. But, you know, hey, if you're Oak Ridge, too far to kick a field goal, you don't want to punt from your own 35, 30-yard line. So it's the right decision to go for it, no doubt. Just unfortunately didn't come up with anything. If you're Clinton, you know, it feels like you're out of this game. Certainly it seems like that, but, you know, there's a path to get back, but you've got to act quickly. And one thing, David, that we talked about with Clinton in the first half, they didn't play with much sense of urgency between plays. They were very kind of intentional between plays, taking a lot of time off the play clock. That's got to change if they have intentions on getting back into this one.
You know, Riker Arms ran the ball well that first play. He's been hardly seen. They really haven't utilized their best player, who's right here in front of us. And they have other good guys. I mean, they've got other good guys that are, you know, good players, but, you know, they got to go to the big guy. Quarterback's going to run it. He's going to be in trouble. He is going to be sacked. A loss of 2 on the play, back to the 30-yard line. Big Tim Walters, amongst others, along with Caden Stewart. And it'll be a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, Tim made a really smart headsy play right there. He could have gone in for a kill shot and really tried to have a big hit against the quarterback, but he was already going down, and Tim was coming on the verge of being a little bit late. So as he fell down, he just kind of tapped him and didn't put all his body weight to avoid a penalty. Smart play right there. 2nd
down, 12 yards to go. The ball is at the 30-yard line. The Wildcats showing blitz. High snap, quick pass, way overthrown, incomplete. Tall receiver just couldn't go up and get it. It's 3rd and 12.
You know, there's an old saying, David, if you've got 2 quarterbacks, you've got no quarterbacks. Well, Clinton's got 3, so I don't know what that tells you. To me, no slide against any of the other ones, but to me, I think I would have just stuck with Jalen Benjamin, which I know he's gotten dinged up, but to me, playing all these different, it's almost like they're trying to do 8 different things and they're not doing anything well. I think they try to find the 1 or 2 things you can do well and just build off of that.
Third down, 12 yards to go once again. Ball's at the 30-yard line. Good snap. Here comes pressure. Quarterback's running. He is going to be slung down at the 34-yard line by, I believe, Tim Walters and Caden Stewart all around the play. Nothing but white shirts. It's 4th down again.
Not many defensive tackles that big are going to over-pursue on a play and then catch the quarterback from behind after he tucks it to run, especially when that quarterback's a pretty good athlete. What a play by Tim. He showed up to play tonight.
You know, it's kind of interesting. We haven't talked about this, but this is the first time Coach Rang has gotten to coach on this sideline. You remember the last time we were here, Coach Gaddis had to do the coaching duties.
And one of the all-time DeJavis Dozier performances.
4th and 9, quarterback rolling, fires a pass, nice pass, caught, first down across the 44-yard line, right at the 45. Really nice throw that time. Yep. Nice route, nice catch. 1st and 10 Dragons.
And they rolled him out, which bought him another second or so. And they had enough protection up front where he was able to make that play. One of the first times he's probably felt comfortable in the pocket all night as they kind of moved the pocket out to the sideline. So nice play by there, nice pickup.
Ball's at the 45-yard line. The Dragons first down, 10 yards to go. Moving towards those end zone seats that you're familiar with. Quarterback to pass, pressure, high pass. Oh, it's dropped. Wow, Wayne Gibson on the coverage. Ball hit him in the hands. They just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, they were targeting Austin Phillips, and it looked like he ran a good route there, but just wasn't able to hold on to the pass. I think Wayne Gibson kind of misplayed that ball. It looked like he stopped like he was going to jump to intercept it, and then he realized last second it was a little too high, and it looks like Oak Ridge was able to get away with one right there.
Tim Walters comes out of the ball game. The Wildcats make a substitution. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. The Dragon 45, the line of scrimmage for Clinton. In their black and orange, the Wildcats in their predominantly white jerseys with Cardinal. Back to pass. Nice pass down the way. It's going to be caught and dropped. Really nice effort. I mean, they've got some athletes, and that was a beautiful throw, too.
Yeah, and a great job. Porter and Pendergrass, and it looks like Jimerson on the coverage. Pendergrass did a great job. He jumped a little early, but he looked like he pulled his hands back to say, hey, I may get here early, but I'm not going to make contact. And so he was kind of in the sight line, but didn't make enough contact by pushing his hands out to get that flag call like we saw earlier in the game with one of the defenders. Really nice play by him.
Couple shout outs here. Tommy and Martha Lee. Martha has been a little under the weather this summer, and she and Tommy are watching the ball game. And Roger Mitchell wanted me to give him a shout out as usual.
Good to see Roger at the game last week, and
he's here tonight too.
Hope to see Tommy and Martha at a game soon.
3rd down, 10 yards to go at the 45-yard line. 5:20 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Oak Ridge on top, 28-6. Once again, back to pass. Out of the backfield, nice pass is caught. Oh, nice little tackle there, well short of a first down. Oak Ridge makes the stop. I believe that was Wayne Gibson. Wildcats also having the ball game. Let me see. That is Quavez Williams. Is he wearing? Well, I don't know.
Well, no. I'm looking at linebacker. Number 12 is out there. We don't have a number 12 on our roster.
That might be one of the freshmen.
But he's a big kid. If that's a freshman. Connor, but I think that's Dallin James actually.
Yeah, that's who it is. It is. Here comes a throw. He's wide open. Touchdown. Wildcats burned on a long pass play, as we've seen many times. Touchdown Dragons, 4:34 to play, 3rd quarter.
Another time, we were talking about it, and I know for Oak Ridge fans, people are probably sitting at home earlier when we were talking about why are they not throwing and going, shh, don't tempt him. And that's why you see why, because like you mentioned, he has just been dominant and a force as his career has progressed, as he's played, well, everybody, but especially Oak Ridge. We remember those plays, and it was astonishing that they didn't, not only had he not been able to get going, they really hadn't targeted him a lot. It looks like they found something, and hey, it doesn't take a genius to figure out you should throw it to number 7, but they figured it out, and that's trouble for the Wildcats.
Kind of surprised they're not going for 2 right here. They're down 28-12. Lots of pressure. Kick is up, and it is good. Wow. And then we might have a roughing the passer. arresting the kicker, I'm sorry. They came in. I don't know if he got his hand on it. I'm going to take a break here. 28 either to 13 or 14. We'll see. Wayne comes over to say what? It is going to be the kick is good, and it's going to be personal foul, roughing the kicker, Oak Ridge. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the Dragon kickoff in 60 seconds. Appreciate Laura Lynn Green for being a corporate sponsor. Not only does she sponsor football, she sponsors basketball and baseball as well, and we appreciate her. I wouldn't be surprised to see another onside kick here. 28-13, the exact same score the Wildcats won by last week against the Hall's Red Devils. Clinton's offense coming alive. The Wildcats have got to get their offense going again. Here's the kick. It's an onside kick. Caught on a dead run. 40, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. That's a touchdown all the way home for the president, Adam Washington, on the onside kick. He takes it the length of the field, down the Clinton sideline, waving as he went by. Touchdown, Adam Washington.
Coach Rang, after that extra point attempt, said hands, hands, hands. Oak Ridge knew the onside kick was coming, and Adam Washington did. And we don't see Adam Washington, he's a possession receiver. You don't see him making plays downfield a lot, but he shows you, hey, I got some speed myself. And what a headsy play. Everybody kind of paused. Adam Washington knew exactly what to do with it.
Touchdown, very similar to what Will Presley did a few years. Was that last year or the year before last?
I think it was last year, and you know, it's
Adam's cramping. He's the kick. He's the kick holder, but he is cramping as he just went about 65 yards for the Oak Ridge touchdown. He's still cramping. He's in pain, but he's got 6 points on the board for the Wildcats, and Eli will go for the extra point. Eli, perfect tonight from extra point. He has another one. Good. 35-13, Oak Ridge. 4:28 to play, third quarter. We'll be back for an Oak Ridge kickoff in 60 seconds. Good, how are you?
Talking to Joe the other day. He said you guys were talking about a documentary about the 91 club. Did you watch the America's team?
Welcome back to Clinton High School. The kick is off following the Adam Washington touchdown off the recovery of the onside kick, and no shocker here, it goes through the end zone. David Clary, as we welcome everybody back, 4:28 to go in the third. Wildcats now lead at 35-13. Anytime I see on this field, I don't care which sideline it is, but an Oak Ridge player wide open, running down for a touchdown on the sideline, I think of one player and one player only.
Kiki Houston, and I've told you, was one of my favorite players to ever watch play. I mean, he could do it on both sides of the ball. Incidentally, that touchdown was brought to you by the class of 1989. We're catching up here, Alex.
Getting into the rhythm.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Dragons. The ball is at the 20-yard line. 4:28 to play, third quarter. In a minute, I want you to ask Mike Sheehan if he remembers Kiki Houston and the great plays that he made. As it'll be first down, 10 yards to go. Back to pass, thrown out for grabs, and it's caught. It's caught at the 39-yard line. It's going to be another pass interference, but the pass is caught. It was well underthrown by the quarterback, but a really nice catch by the receiver. Clinton's got some guys that can catch the ball.
Yeah, the receivers do a nice job, and of course, the former Wildcat, I think, coaches them. But you're right. They've got athletes, and they're a pretty big football team. Their problem tonight has been at the line of scrimmage.
Our problem, we've had too many penalties in this game too, but that catch was made anyway.
Yeah,
it should be
yeah, it looks like they're going to decline the penalty because that's where he caught the ball. So it looks like they're going to take the yardage. And another Wildcat.
I thought he caught it at the 39. But
did they rule it incomplete? They ruled it an incomplete pass. Okay. I thought he caught it, but
I did too.
It looks like Jeremiah Strickland, big fella up front in the ball game for the first time tonight for Oak Ridge.
First down, 10 yards to go. The ball's at the 35-yard line now. The Dragons, 35-13 Oak Ridge.
It's a little late given the circumstances, but if you're Riker Arms, you got to be frustrated that you haven't gotten more touches right now.
There's Cooper Getzinger and Malachi Bonner, I believe. Little screen pass, dropped. That was a bullet. It might have been a little bit too hard. It's incomplete.
Yeah, but the problem is you're throwing to the wide side of the field. You can't leave your guy out there to dry. You've got to zip it out there quickly, but unfortunately, just wasn't able to hold on to that one.
It'll be second down, 10 yards to go. You know, I've done a lot of ball games, and we've had to sit outside here a lot, but it's really nice and pleasant. For the second game of the year?
Yeah, usually we're baking until about halftime, but it was pretty comfortable even at kickoff.
Second down, 10 yards to go at the 35-yard line. 4:10 to play. We're in the third quarter. That's a bad habit you're in, Alex, by not looking at phones. Like last week. Look at my phone. That's Thomas Cox. That's our friend. Here's a handoff, trying to get outside, 35. That's Riker. And flags are down. We're going to have a block in the back on number 1 right here. I think it's going to come back. But nice run there, but I think it's going to come back.
Yeah, right along, he kind of towed the sideline, and I'm not sure. I don't know what the call was. I didn't think he had a blocker there, but maybe he did. It's kind of an interesting interaction there. He runs along the Oak Ridge sideline, and Mike Kelly's showing some good sportsmanship. He kind of pats him on the shoulder pads as he's kind of slowing down to turn back towards the field. And one of the Oak Ridge players, obviously was in his class, kind of holds his thumb upside down like that to show a little gamesmanship as he ran by.
And they are going to step the penalty off against the Dragons. And, I think he knew it right away that he was the guilty party. And that was number 1, Will Young. It'll be second down, 12 yards to go. Ball is put back at the 33-yard line.
Surely that guy plays basketball, David.
Oh,
he's built just like Maddox. He's tall. Looks like he's a pretty good athlete, but hadn't touched the ball much. But
I'm sure Coach Lockard wants him if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Here's a good snap. Lots of pressure. Here it comes. Trying to get to the corner. Fires a pass. It is going to be caught, I believe, at the 40-yard line. It'll be third down and 5 yards to go.
Yeah, and it was pretty good defense that time by Liam Gerber, who's seen more action as the season has continued. But, yeah, that's Dallin James out there at linebacker. I know he and Woody have split some duties out there tonight, but it's nice to see Dallin getting some time. I know
had a foot injury all during the summer.
Yeah, and I actually wasn't sure he was still playing, so it's good to see him out there.
Third down, 5 yards to go for the Dragons.
He's the kind of guy on any roster, guys just love being a teammate with Dallin.
Yeah, he's a fun guy. A lot of fun. Good personality, very friendly to everybody. 3:11 to play. Third quarter, high snap, pressure, quarterback running, trying to get outside, 40. Caden Stewart can't get him. He's got a first down. Cross midfield at the 49-yard line. Nice run. They've got some guys that can scoot, and that guy got the first down for the Dragons.
And again, I said I would have taken number 5, the guy who started the game, and just rolled with him. But obviously, Mason Eckerson, he looks like he's good enough to play full-time out there too, but I think you're almost doing these guys a disservice by splitting time so much. I think it's hard for them or their receivers, respectively, to get into any sort of a rhythm when you're rotating guys. But maybe they found something here.
From the 49-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go, another high snap. Out of the backfield once again, there's a hold, no call. They break a tackle and move the ball to the 35-yard line. That's another first down. That isn't a play that's working for them, just swinging it out of the backfield.
Yeah, well, Oak Ridge has to start respecting the deep threat. After you get beat by Maddox a couple times downfield, the safeties start getting weary, and the cornerbacks, especially guarding him, they've got to give him a little more padding. So the stuff underneath is going to be there. And to their credit, the offensive line is giving their quarterback a little more time than he's had in the first couple quarters.
Blake Woody comes back in the ball game. Dallin James comes out. First down, 10 yards to go. Once again, back to pass. There's a hold, no call. Pass to the end zone again. Caught inside the 5-yard line. Another fine reception. Bryson Maddox, once again, I don't know why they didn't go to him in the first half, because he's been a Wildcat killer his whole career. First and goal for the Dragons.
And Mason Eckerson, the quarterback, wasn't a huge window. There was an opening, but it was tight, and he had to throw it with pretty good timing, and he did that. And so, again, it looks like they found something. Oak Ridge has to make an adjustment.
Little quick pass once again outside. Nice open field tackle by the Wildcats.
Wayne's been the guy tonight, David, to stop that little swing pass. They haven't stopped it a lot, but when they have, it's usually been Wayne Gibson kind of torpedoing his way past the incoming blocker to get low on that intended receiver. So the couple times in the red zone they've tried that play in the same formation, Wayne Gibson has been all over it. He wasn't in the ball game earlier in this drive, and they got him right back in there.
Second down, goal to go officially at the 8-yard line. 1:35 to play and counting, third quarter. Quarterback once again looking over the sideline. They've got, looks like Riker Arms in the backfield. Man comes in motion. They throw it to the man in the backfield. He cuts inside, no place to go. A lot of white shirts there. It'll be third down facing the Dragons.
Yeah, Oak Ridge is tightened up inside the 10. Obviously, they don't have to play off as much because you're not worried about getting beat over the top. So I'm not sure why, after Oak Ridge showed that they were ready for that on first down, why they would. It's a different play, but it's essentially the same pass. But just a little swing out to the side. They were ready for it again, and now you've taken what was a great position, first and goal from about the 6. Now it's third and goal.
Shout out to Cheryl Smith, a longtime Wildcat and U.S. Marine veteran, watching our broadcast here tonight. There, Alex Myers. Third down, goal to go. Ball at the 8-yard line. Dragons down 35-13.
Big 40. Play, right? Well, this is 2-down territory, so you might as well count this as second down if you're an Oak Ridge defender.
Snap. Quarterback hands it off to the back. He moves the ball to the 5-yard line where it'll be fourth down, goal to go.
Yeah, just a gain of 2 or 3, but it opens the playbook up now, because if you wanted to run, it's now a viable option inside the 5. But it makes you think, David, why didn't they try that on first or second down? It's questionable. But hey, if you're Oak Ridge, what are the 2 things you got to watch out for? The one thing, Bryson Maddox. Watch him over the top. He's got single coverage. It's a tough matchup, but Jarrell's got him.
Fourth down, goal to go. The ball's at the 5, and that's the end of the third quarter. We have played 3 quarters of football here in Clinton. The 65th meeting between the Wildcats and the Dragons. Oak Ridge on top, 35-13, trying to go 2-0 on the 2025 season. And we'll be back with the fourth and final quarter following this 60-second timeout.
Your attention, please. Samsung cell phone found in the ladies' restroom. Report to the press box to claim.
And we appreciate Laura Lynn Green. And how much, Alex, do we appreciate all of our sponsors?
More than we can appropriately put into words on a broadcast, because as you know, and Mike Sheehan and Brian back in the studio knows, if you don't have sponsors, you don't have a broadcast. So.
And look at our crew here. It goes from about the 39, and of course Mike's sitting at the 40, 41, and the 42, all the way down to about the 50.
Yeah, we got a new crew member up here, and he was looking at us like, this is all you guys, or this is all of y'all?
It'll be 4th down, goal to go. The ball's at the 5-yard line. Direct snap to the quarterback, rolls, fires, up for grabs, pass interference. I think it's offensive pass interference.
No question. He just two-arm shoved the guy, shoved the defender, and I think the back judge caught it. He threw that immediately, and if that's on Clinton, that's the correct call. He wasn't discreet at it at all.
It should be against the Dragons. I mean, it was by far, and they're backing up, although let's see if the elderly official walks in and try to change the mind of the other 5 guys. It's been a well-officiated game. I mean, honestly, it has. It has
really,
been.
yeah, there's been a couple, but you're not going to do a whole game without a couple. It just, the frustration was there was 2 or 3 in a row called by the same exact guy, and one of them appeared to be just blatantly
wrong. Wayne's going to come over to the home side and point out it is ineligible receiver downfield. Wow. Pass interference, both calls against the Dragons. So they got it right. They got together, got it right, and they'll back them up. They're going to put it down at the 20-yard line. So it'll be 4th down, goal to go. The ball at the 20-yard line. 11:54 to play in the ball game. 35-13. Oak Ridge trying to go 2-0 on the year. Wildcats knocked off Halls last week, 28-13. The Dragons had their game against Heritage called off because of rains, showers, storms. So this is really officially their first game. Flags are down, whistles blowing, and let's see. The official comes in and tells us it is going to be a timeout called by the Wildcats. 11:51 to play in the ball game. 35-13 Oak Ridge. We'll be back to Clinton in 30 seconds. Fourth down, 20 yards to go. A shout out to Billy and Teresa Holbert. Billy was in the Navy. If we give a shout out to the Marines, we got to give the Navy a little credit. I'm waiting for the Updegraffs to call and tell us that they were in the Army enlisting. Fourth down, goal to go. The ball's at the 20-yard line.
John Hunley.
Exactly, he's at the Naval Academy. Rolling, pressured, pass in the end zone. It's going to be caught at the 5, to the 3, to the 2. He's not going to get in. He's actually tackled at the 7, and that's where the Wildcats will take over. First down, 10 yards to go.
Kind of a curious play there out of the timeout. They throw underneath. That was first or second down, I get it, but on fourth down, kind of the last desperate effort to get back in this ball game, and that's what you do. It's kind of an interesting call, but maybe that's not the design. Maybe that was just where the quarterback decided to go with it. Either way, the Wildcats take it as they get the ball back, first and 10 from their own 8-yard line, 11:42 to go in the ball game. Wildcats send their troops back out on offense up 35-13.
Appreciate everybody watching our broadcast. We'll hope you'll tune us in next week as we go to Lenore City High School to take on the Panthers in another non-region ball game. We talked about this earlier. The Wildcats starting the season with 3 straight non-region games. First and 10 Oak Ridge at the Dragon 8-yard line, leading 35-13. 11:42 to play in the game. Demillion Porter looking for a hole. Finds a little bit of a crease, not much. He moves the ball to the 10, maybe up to the 11-yard line, gain of 2 or 3. It'll be second down facing Oak Ridge. You got to keep the ball on the ground and run some clock.
Yeah, absolutely. You're in no rush right now. Just kind of methodically be intentional about just running the clock, moving the ball a little bit, and see, you know, let the chips fall where they may.
Ball officially, they haven't changed it on the scoreboard. I like their new scoreboard. It's got a video board that they're showing the plays on. It's really, really nice. Not as big as ours, but man, it looks good with the video replays they have. Not exactly replays, they're actually showing it in live time.
Yeah, no, I know that's Matt's doing a great job for them. Matt Hagan is doing a great job for them.
Blaine's going to pass. Will Presley, he's under it. He makes a catch. No, not quite. I knew he was going to drop it. It was good coverage there by Clinton. And really nice coverage. And Will almost caught it. So did number 4.
Yeah, it was a great effort really by both guys. It's just a ball that just, unfortunately for the Cats, falls incomplete. But it was just a two good athletes going after the ball, and Clinton got the better that time.
Brian Bennett is back at the studios of FM 92.7. I don't remember the amount of years, but we have been doing broadcasts on WIJV for a number of years now. We appreciate them, and we're on prepradio.com and on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. They have allowed us to stream home and away. So you can watch every ball game this season when we're allowed to, and I think most of the teams we're going to play are. Quarterback rolling the pass. Blaine Stansberry, pass incomplete. Kind of rolled to his left and tried to get Jarrell Jemerson there, but just couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, just couldn't quite get the timing right on that one. And David, I think I speak for you. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but I think I speak for you. It helps us when you thank our sponsors and when you do business with them. Probably also helps us being able to broadcast these games and stream on YouTube. When you see administrators, when you see these people out in the community say, hey, I wasn't able to come to the game because of whatever, but I was able to watch the broadcast. We appreciate y'all letting us do that, because I know it's kind of gone back and forth the past couple years, but we appreciate them letting us do it.
Appreciate Mike and Jeff Henderson as they've kind of helped us out financially this year. We appreciate them, longtime supporters. 4th down 8, the Wildcats' first punt of this half. It's a high, wobbly kick. It's going to take an Oak Ridge bounce. Going to roll inside the 50 and down to the 45-yard line. The Wildcats didn't punt at all last week. Good punt there by Eli Pearson. It'll be 1st and 10. Wildcat offense kind of backed up a little bit, but struggling a little bit. I think maybe it's my opinion. I just think in that situation, I know we got good receivers, good quarterback. I'd say we run the ball.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that 2nd down play, probably a fair call. Just take a shot, whatever. But then on 3rd down, just if you're not going to get the 1st down, then you obviously want to run a little clock. And with the roll, thank you, Mike and Mark, 50 yards on that punt from Mr. Pearson.
Yeah, Eli unable to go last week because of a leg issue, but I saw him yesterday in practice, and he was kicking him off in the end zone, and I knew he was good to go. He missed that field goal, which is kind of surprising, honestly, but he's been perfect on his extra points. He's had most of his kicks in the end zone. 1st down 10 for the Dragons. Once again, they swing it out, short pass, and he lowers his shoulder and then driven out of bounds. Don't throw a flag there. I mean, he's the one who elected to continue to run. It is a gain of about 8 on the play, 2nd down and 2.
Nice job. I think the flag was more initially, they might be going to call a face mask, I'm not sure. But I will give both guys credit this. Both of them got chippy, but Maddox and Williams, both for Oak Ridge, after each of them kind of got a little chippy, they both backed off and went back to play. So good sportsmanship after it got a little bit intense there. Both of them just kind of saying, hey, let's play on. But it's an odd deal to see that penalty there unless it was a late hit. But to me, I'm like you, David. It looked like both of them were kind of continuing. I think that's a play on.
Wayne comes over to say it is face masking against Oak Ridge. And that's a long ways across. It could have happened. I don't know. Let's just check some of the players that are in the ballgame right now for the Wildcats. I see, looks like Liam Gerber in the ballgame.
Quaz got the starting secondary out there. Quavez Williams, we haven't called his name a bunch tonight, but he's out there with Tyree Porter, Zayden Williams. Looks like Liam Gerber's out there, Amonte Bishop, Jarrell Jemerson still. We can get the other guys here in a moment.
Blake Woody at linebacker as well. It'll be a 1st down for the Dragons. The ball at the 39-yard line of Oak Ridge. Back to pass, pressured. Here's a deep pass once again. It's going to be batted down by the Wildcats. Good no call there. Tyree Porter, I do believe, on the play for the Wildcats. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. 9:54 to play in the game.
Yeah, Zayden Williams looked like he was going up to dunk a basketball there. Usually you don't see a guy take a running start jumping towards the ball, but he had played that so well over the top that as it was kind of looping in the air and kind of hung up, he was able to come back towards the ball and just kind of jumped up and swatted it down like a windmill. I thought he had a chance at interception there, but a good play nonetheless.
Second down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the Wildcat 39-yard line, 35-13. Oak Ridge on top of the Clinton Dragons. Once again from the shotgun, rolling to his left, pressured and sacked. Dropped at the 41-yard line. The Wildcats came in strong that time, and then a late flag comes in here away from the play, and we'll have to see if it's against the sophomore Zayden Williams or against the Dragon.
And those are the same two guys that I just tipped my hat to a moment ago because they stopped after it got a little chippy.
Other guys, Bryson Maddox.
Yeah, and we remember the basketball game last year. I believe it was last year.
It was.
So this is a guy, he's a great player, but obviously emotions are running high in this rivalry, so we'll have to see who this is on. A lot of times in this scenario, they'll call both guys, but there was an immediate initial flag thrown, and I'll be honest with you, it happened away from the ball, so I didn't see it.
9 minutes, 37 seconds to play in the game. These guys, they consult one another, which I like, but it's either a call or
At
not.
some point, we got to make a decision.
Yeah, I mean, it's somebody saw it, somebody threw a flag. The other officials were not involved. Just go in, tell Wayne, he did this, here, right here, that guy, and move on. I haven't seen the signal yet. Wayne's going to find some room. Walk back in the other side to signal to the home crowd. Dead ball foul, personal foul, Dragons. He was ejected last year from the basketball game at the Wildcat Arena. Like you said, he's a great player for them, very emotional guy, and you know as well as I do, if it was our guys losing 35-13, we'd be pretty upset too. I mean, it's a big rivalry, and that's why I love this rivalry and why I love coming to these games.
Yeah, absolutely, no question about it.
Second down, long for the Dragons. Rolling to his right. He's got some running room. Tries to turn the corner, makes a move, and Tyree Porter tackles him right around the 45-yard line along with one other Wildcat. It'll be for Clinton. Substantial gain, but well short. It'll be third down, and it looks like about 17 yards to go for a first.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that Clinton player, Will Young, looks like he might be shaken up a little bit. Hopefully he'll be able to be all right. But Vasquez tried to stay at home, but Young just with his speed able to get back around the end on the little flip back on the reverse. And Clinton now almost back up to where they were before that penalty.
9 minutes to play in the ball game, 35-13, Oak Ridge in the lead. Ball's at the 45-yard line, 3 receiver split to the far left. High snap, back to pass. Pass away, way away, and incomplete. It'll be third down and about 17 yards to go. 8:45 to play. I really like that scoreboard over there. I mean, it's got really crisp video up on the board.
Yeah, like you said, it's not quite as big as the one at Blankenship Field, but I like how they've got the live replay and just live. Like there was a play earlier that happened kind of in the corner, and it was hard for me to see exactly where he was, but I just kind of peeped over here and was able to see it on the Jumbotron. So it's nice. They've definitely done some improvements here at the field, and it's good.
Fourth down, 17 yards to go. Pressure, pass, up for grabs, incomplete. Wildcats will take over on downs. Wildcats on top, headed for victory number 52 over the Clinton Dragons since 1943. The Wildcats 51-13. We talk about this every year we play them. There were some years the rivalry was so heated, Alex Myers, that they had to quit playing for about 10 years.
Yeah, and that was before my time, I think, a little bit.
That's before my time.
But, one of my earliest Clinton rivalries is the 72-0 05 game after what happened to the
74-0.
74-0, excuse me. I don't want to shave any points there, but I remember that game, and the day or two leading up to that, everybody felt like it was brewing because you knew the kind of team Oak Ridge had, and you knew it was going to be no match, but I don't think anybody outside that locker room knew just how bad it was going to be.
After this play, let's talk to Mike about the rivalry with the Dragons. First and 10, Oak Ridge at their own 45-yard line, moving right to left. 8:39 to play in the game, and now flags are down. Mike, talk about the Clinton rivalry.
Oh, it's a great game tonight, David, especially the way the score's going for the Wildcats. But you can't take the Dragons short. They've given it their all tonight. Rice and Maddox have been very impressive, along with both quarterbacks. Jaden Benjamin and now Mason Erickson have played great for the Dragons, but the Wildcats defense coming up just like they did last week, big and strong.
Wildcats penalized 5 yards back to the 40-yard line. It'll be first down, 15 yards to go, 8:38 to play in the ball game. Everybody stacked on the line of scrimmage. DeMillion Porter's going to run it short side of the field. Not much there. 42-yard line. Might have gotten 2, but I don't mind it. You're taking clock, ticking it on down. Gain up a couple. It'll be second down and about 13 to go.
Malik came across on the right side to the left side, pre-snap motion, and then immediately pancaked his guy into the ground. Unfortunately, though, there still wasn't a lot of room in the backfield. I'll give Clinton this. They've made some adjustments, and their guys have settled in. The line of scrimmage was being dominated by Oak Ridge in the first couple quarters. It's a little more even here in the second half.
I think I run DeMillion on the far side, on the big side of the field. As Blaine's going to run it himself, 40, moves the ball to the 45-yard line, where it'll be third down and 10.
And there's a late flag. In a rivalry game, David, it's not like me to armchair quarterback, but in a rivalry game that's already getting chippy, I don't know, up 35-13 with under 8 to go, that's the time that I decide to pull, call a keeper for our quarterback, because as good as he is, behind him there's a sophomore who's talented, but he doesn't have a lot of experience.
Personal foul against the Dragons. They are going to walk the penalty yardage up to the 40-yard line, where we have a 10 Bank of Oak Ridge first down.
Yeah, hopefully Blaine's all right. It looks like that kind of shook him up a little bit.
He's listening.
But
yes, he is. He was our blocker of the week on our Crunch Time show, which is at the Pizza Inn every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. We'll have highlights of this game, highlights of Monday's junior varsity game at 10 o'clock.
Can you tell Mike, in case he didn't know, the stats for Jared Bafford last week?
He had 10 pancake blocks in that game.
I saw Crunch Time Wednesday night, but I did not know that.
And no sacks given up, right?
No. First down, 10 yards to go for the Wildcats. In motion comes Willis. Handoff to DeMillion. DeMillion got a little blocking help from Torrey Holt. Moves the ball to the 37-yard line. 7:06 to play and counting. The Wildcats headed for their 52nd win over the Dragons, Alex.
Wow, that's a lot. Is that the most wins over any school in Oak Ridge history?
Not even close. Yes, of course it is. 52-13 after tonight.
Wow.
Like we said, this is the 65th time, and the next closest is Clinton. We've played them, or Farragut is, that we played them 50 times, and Dobbins been at 46, but 65 games against the Dragons.
Wow.
And they had them years where they didn't play.
Yeah. I didn't know. I'm not sure I knew that they took a pause. I know that they had taken a pause recently against Anderson County, but I'm not sure I knew that Oak Ridge and Clinton had paused.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Hand off to DeMillion Porter. DeMillion has a hole. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Oak Ridge. DeMillion Porter with his third touchdown of the ball game, and Oak Ridge ups their lead to 41-13. 6:15 to play in the ball game.
37 yards, but I'll tell you what, about the 25-yard line, he did a little jump cut. He was in the middle of the field, and he just barely kind of jump cut to his left, and then that's where the burst of speed came in. That little cut was just enough to kind of freeze the couple defenders that were within reach of him, and there was no shot after that. Great catch, and here comes the second-string kicker for the extra point attempt.
Tyler Sachs, the kick is on its way. It's up, and it is good. 35-13 was the score. It's now 42-13. 6:15 to play in the ball game, and we'll be back with another Wildcat kickoff in 60 seconds.
What was the guy?
What's that? Really? Welcome back once again to Clinton, Tennessee. 6:15 to play in this ball game. It's a rivalry ball game. The Wildcats about to kick off once again. 42-13 Wildcats. We'll have the scoring summary as Eli Pearson has another touchback. This one bounces into the end zone, and the Dragons will take over first down and 10 yards to go at the 20-yard line. So, new coach, old rivalry, same result. Wildcats with a victory.
Yeah, and like you mentioned earlier, I'm sure Coach Rang, this means a little bit more to him because this is the first time he's been able to coach at this field and at this stadium. So I know he's been waiting a few years for this one. And unfortunately for Clinton, it's a familiar result, as you mentioned.
Dragons have yet to take the field. The Wildcats, let's check if we got any new numbers. Now, it looks like pretty much the main guys. Wildcats, you know, there's other good guys on this Clinton team, and I hate to take away from the quarterback's been throwing the ball well, but Bryson Maddox, he's a real deal.
Yeah, there's no question. He could start for really any team in the state, and then he's just an incredible athlete, and Clinton will have one of those from every few years. They've just got a kind of a stud athlete, and Bryson certainly is that.
First down, 10 yards to go. Here's the pass. It's going to be caught down the sideline, 30. Makes a move inside, and big stick is made at the 37-yard line. Tyree Porter, Caden Stewart, and maybe Liam Gerber. It'll be first and 10 Dragons.
Looks like a big kid, 6'4", 225, sophomore Joey Marin in there.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
That's a big kid for a sophomore.
Yeah, I remember seeing him at the pancake breakfast at Aubrey's, and I saw him last year. He came to about every one of our shows last year. He's big.
Yeah.
And he's playing defensive end here on the left side, wearing number 44. He might make his first tackle, and he does. Yeah, good job there, Alex. You call his name, and he makes a stop. Ball's at the 40-yard line, 5.5 minutes to play.
Safeties and corners pretty much the starters, but Liam Gerber in there at linebacker. Blake Woody, he was a starter. King Sandoval in there. Also Caden Stewart and Jeremiah Strickland.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Hand off to the back, and he is tackled again by, I believe, I couldn't quite catch that number. Was that Blake? I couldn't see. Nope, not Blake. There's a lot of new players. Here comes Dylan Woody into the ball game. Wildcats making substitutions. Liam Gerber comes out.
And one of your favorite Wildcats and our favorite Wildcats, former Prep Radio crew member, Caleb Riker.
Let's make a play, Caleb Riker. 4:48 to play, wearing number 20. And we got two Prep Radio guys out there. Blake Woody's playing linebacker, and Caleb Riker as well. Third down, 6 yards to go for Clinton. The Wildcats showing blitz. Waiting for the snap. It's good. Here comes the pressure. Here's the pass. It's not good. It's incomplete. It'll be 4th and 6.
Good coverage out there. Riker was on his man's hip the whole time, and then, of course, LaDainian Pendergrass was covering the intended receiver on that side, and he's been very good all night and very good here to start the season.
4th down, 6 yards to go. Dragons are going to go for it here. 4:26 to play in the ball game. Well, these games are going long. I mean, maybe they should start them at 6 o'clock now. You know, they used to start back in the old days. We used to start the games at 8 o'clock. Can you imagine?
No,
with
I
the
just
passing,
remember the 7:30 growing up until just a few years ago.
It'll be 4th down, it's about 6 yards to go. 4:26 to play in the ball game. Two receivers to the left, two to the right. Here comes Marin. Here's the pass across the way, caught. And then the tackle is made, and a nice tackle by Dylan Woody at the 37-yard line. Nice fundamental stop there by the sophomore. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Dragons.
He's a tall kid.
That's Blake's little brother.
Yeah,
little brother.
Little brother, yeah. That's interesting. He looks like big brother.
Yeah. Yeah, two of the nicest kids you want to ever meet. And Dylan's helped us at a basketball game or two as well, so good to have him out there. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball's at the 38-yard line, 3:55 to play. Wildcats headed for their second win of the year. They'll take on Lenoir City next week at Lenoir City. The following week, back home at Blankenship Field against Kingsport Dobbins-Bennett. First down, 10. Pass out of the backfield, gets to the corner, then driven out of bounds hard. That's a clean hit, no flag there. He gets out of bounds at around the 35-yard line, stopping the clock with 3:34 to play. What a good student section we have tonight.
Yeah, I think it almost looks bigger than it was last week at home. And there have been, as the fans listening at home have been able to tell, I'm sure, they've been boisterous tonight and noisy, and that's what you need on the road from a student section.
3 minutes, 34 seconds to play. Second down, 8 yards to go for the Dragons. Alex Myers will be doing some player interviews and talk to Coach Rang after the ball game. Ball's at the 36-yard line, back to pass, pressured. Here comes the Wildcats. He's trying to get to the edge, throws it, pass is going to be caught, and then a nice tackle by Caleb Riker. Great play by Caleb, got to his man, slung him down to the turf. It'll be close to a first down right at the sticks. And it is indeed, let's see, going to be first down, 10 yards to go for the Dragons. Caleb Riker on the tackle for the Wildcats. 3:11 to play in the ball game, ticking it on down. Here comes Mike Sheehan. He's going to grab the mic. As Keith Hyatt would say, it's Sheehan time. First down, 10 yards to go for the Dragons. The ball at the 29-yard line. 42-13. The Wildcats headed for their 52nd win over the Dragons in 65 attempts. 3 receivers to the left. They'll pass again. Floating it up, wide open. Pass is caught inside the 10-yard line. It'll be first down and goal to go with 2:36 to play. Mike, good win for the Wildcats here tonight.
Absolutely, David. The offense really came alive tonight, more so than last week. And the defense has really stepped up big again, David. To hold two good teams like Halls and Clinton to 13 points is something else. Even though there's 2 minutes and 20 seconds still left in the game, and the Dragons are knocking on the door.
2 minutes, 12 seconds to play. 42-13 the Wildcats. The Dragons have it first down and goal to go. The ball is at the 6-yard line. Ball's resting right at the 6. We're in the fourth quarter. Minute 59 to play. Once again, low snap. Quarterback picks it up, pitches, and he's hit and dropped on a nice play. In the backfield, stop is made out there by the Wildcats. Pendergrass, 1:45 to play. It'll be second down to go.
Good defense that time by Pendergrass. Come up very quickly on that play. There was no gain whatsoever on that play. So it brings up second and 10 with 1 minute and 30 seconds left and counting for the Dragons to get in from 10 yards out. Can the Wildcats hold them here on this last 10-minute 21?
Up to the line they'll come. Second down, goal to go at the 10. Pass incomplete. Stops the clock, or it should have. Now it does. 1:13 to play in the ball game. 42-13. The Wildcats to go 2-0. The Dragons will fall for the first time this season. They'll go 2-0-1.
Yeah, they had a lightning delay last week and didn't get to finish that game. So this is really their first full game of the season.
That's the Oak Ridge student section making a lot of noise. Third down, goal to go. Ball's at the 10-yard line. Eventually we'll be done with this one. 42-13. Dragons, a lot to play for. They've got some young guys out there. Got some older guys too. It's a rivalry game. They don't want to be embarrassed. Quarterback throws across the way, tipped and incomplete. It'll be fourth down and 10 yards to go. Good play again by the Wildcats. 1 minute, 8 seconds to play. Preston Fetters doing our top camera. Miles Bergen doing our scoreboard work. Got Caleb Jackson, Bryson Brown, Connor Sharp, along with Grayson Brown and Matthew Charles. 4th and 10. Dragons trying to get in the end zone one more time, trailing 42-13. 1:08 to play in the ball game. Here's the snap. Here's the pass. Floating it up there. It is no signal. Incomplete. The Wildcats will take over on downs. That'll about do it here. The Wildcats, all they need to do now, Mike, is take a knee.
Exactly right, and that's exactly what they'll probably do. Bryson Maddox caught that pass, David, but he was out of bounds. So it was incomplete. The Wildcats lead 42-13.
David, just want to test the mic real quick before we go. We want to make sure everything was hooked up. I'll talk to y'all shortly.
Yeah, Alex is going to go down to the field. He's going to interview couple players and Coach Rang. 1:02 to play. Miles, good win for the Wildcats.
Yeah, great. I'm seeing at least a 40-point comeback for the Clinton here in just 1 minute.
And the Wildcats, like I said, Mike, all they have to do is take a knee here, as Oak Ridge will bring out a whole bunch of new players into the ball game, and I love to get them out. It looks like Dallin James is in the ball game. See, the Wildcats have a new quarterback. They're really just going to take a knee. It'll probably be Kipton Fagan. He's the junior varsity quarterback. He is back as well. Now play is halted. 1:02 to play. Help me with some of these numbers, Mike. I see Kipton is at quarterback. Dallin James is at tight end. Got a new receiver in there to the near side. Can't quite see his number. See if he turns around. Got new linemen in there. I know you like to always get those line guys
Tristan Chartland in for the Wildcats. 5'11", 252 seniors in there for the first time tonight.
Looks like Brandon Roy's in the ball game. 1st and 15, 5-yard penalty against the Wildcats. Kipton operating from his own end zone. He's going to hand it off. There's a big run. Moving the ball for a first down at 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, or close to it, to the 15-yard line. I guess he just got the yardage back. 51 seconds to play. Kipton had a really good junior varsity ball game on Monday, threw 3 touchdown passes in the win over Halls. They're scheduled to play at 10 a.m. Monday here against the Dragons.
For Labor Day, that's exactly right, David. That's a good time, and I hope everybody that can come out and watch that game on Monday for Labor Day.
2nd down, 5, bad snap in the end zone. Kipton falls on it right at the 1-yard line. 21 seconds to play. I don't think Clinton will stop it. It was not a safety.
Well, it was close,
It was definitely
about the
close.
1-yard line.
Of course, we'll have the scoring summary as we have one more play to go. Mike, you want to go ahead and start with the scoring summary? The Wildcats have won 42-13.
Oh, this has been a very exciting game, David, and thank you for that. Start off with 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Oak Ridge's DeMillion Porter ran one in from 56 yards out to put the Wildcats up over the Dragons 6-0. Eli Pearson came in, kicked the ball between the uprights, and the Wildcats led 7-0. Then with 10 minutes, only about a minute and a half later, DeMillion Porter ran one in from 49 yards out, put the Wildcats up 13-0. And then Eli Pearson came in and kicked the ball between the uprights, and the Wildcat had scored 14 unanswered points for the Dragons. Then, with exactly 7 minutes and 3 seconds left still in the first half, Brian Stansberry threw a beautiful rainbow pass to Will Presley. Will hauled it in, ran into the end zone with the 3rd score of the Knights, and the Wildcat went up 20-0. Then Eli Pearson's kick was good, and the Wildcats had scored 21 unanswered points to the Dragons 0. Then with just 2 minutes and 57 seconds left in the first half, quarterback Jacob Benjamin ran one in from 10 yards out to put the Dragons on the board 6-0. Then Oak Ridge got a penalty, and it was half a distance to the goal, and the Dragons tried to pass it in for a 2-point conversion, but it failed, and the Wildcats led at the half 21-6. Oak Ridge's Eli Pearson attempted a 22-yard field goal with only 4 seconds left, but it went wide left, and the Wildcats led 21-6 at the half. Then to start the second half, only 1 minute into the second half, Blaine Stansberry threw a beautiful pass to Will Presley, 60 yards completion to Will Presley, and the Wildcats went up 27-6. Eli Pearson came in and kicked the ball between the uprights. After 3 plays from scrimmage in the third quarter, Oak Ridge led 28-6. Then with only 4 minutes and 34 seconds left in the third quarter, Mason Erickson, backup quarterback, or second string, first string, whatever you want to call him, he did a great job. Mason Erickson threw a 53-yard touchdown pass to Bryson Madison for the Clinton Dragons, put them back on the scoreboard, 12-28. Then the extra point was good by the Clinton Dragons, and the Wildcats wed 28-13 with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left in the third quarter. But with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left in the third quarter, a kickoff return on a short kick, it only took 6 seconds for Adam Washington to run 65 yards for a touchdown on a short kick. The Wildcats went up 34-13. Eli Pearson's kick was good, and the Wildcats led 35-13. Then with only 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game, Demillion Porter scored the last touchdown of the night against the Clinton Dragons on a 37-yard run to put the Wildcats up 41-52. Then kicker Kyler Sachs came in and kicked the last point of the night for the Wildcats to take a 42-13 victory away from the Clinton Dragons.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Let's go down to Alex Myers with some player interviews.
I've got Elijah Young. Elijah, you got banged up a little bit last week, but I wanted to talk to you tonight because I thought the difference in this ball game, creating that separation early, the lines of scrimmage, you guys were dominating on both sides. I thought the offensive line, particularly that right side with you and Jared, it seemed like you guys just have your will out there.
Yes, sir. We always plan on being dominant in the trenches, so that's our game plan every week.
You guys have a bond. I saw you guys kind of being goofy. You guys are serious. You guys are emotional guys, but you guys can also cut up. Talk about kind of that brotherhood that you guys have formed.
Yes, sir. Me and Jared, we didn't know each other before middle school or anything, but once we come to freshman, we became friends instantly, and ever since then, we became a brotherhood and all that good stuff.
Well, I'll let you get over here with your friend Jared, because he's currently in the front row. He just did a Lambo leap into the student section, so I'll let you go celebrate. Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Up next, we've got Tim Walters, who's talking to Malachi Bonner from last year. He's talking to some teammates. Tim, I won't keep you long, but I saw a tweet. It came up on my feed the other day, and it said, "Tweet for you," and it was Tim Walters on Twitter, and it said something along the lines, had this marked on my calendar all year. What is this game? What is this rivalry? And what did winning this game mean to you?
It just means a lot. Seeing your last time playing them, the trash they talk, and really, I'm still salty from whenever they beat us second-round playoffs my sophomore year, so that just fuels the fire still.
You guys were dominant. I talked to Elijah on the offensive line, but I think you guys were just as equally dominant on the defensive line, especially in that first half. What allowed y'all to be so just dominant? That's the word that comes to mind.
We were just practicing hard. We was ready. We was ready for Clinton. We knew they line couldn't hold us. We got one of the best D lines in Tennessee. I say it every day in practice. We was just ready.
Well, I'll let you go. I know you guys, some of your teammates were over there kind of Lambo leaping into the student section. I've never seen that before, but I love it. I'll let you go celebrate. Hey, congrats on a big win.
Thank you.
Next up, we've got Will Presley. I'd love to squeeze a fourth one in here. I know I get wordy with these interviews, but we're trying to keep them short. I'd love to get a hold of Adam Washington if we can get him. But Will Presley, if Will is ready, we'll go ahead to Will real quick. Will, you ready? Will's chatting up. We'll give Will a quick break real quick because he's talking to some friends. We'll get Adam Washington in the meantime. Real quick, Adam Washington, I've never seen it in my life in high school until the past, I think, 2 years. Will Presley ran a kickoff return back a couple years ago, and then you did it tonight. Coach Rang, immediately after they had scored the prior touchdown, said, hands, hands, hands. You guys knew it was coming, but did you think that was coming?
No, I didn't. I mean, they told me to expect it since they tried a sneaky one, and then I saw the gap, so I was just like, I'll catch it and just try to run.
You picked the ball up, I think, about the 40, and you just took off 60, 64 yards maybe it was. I'm not going to lie, Adam. You're a good athlete, but you showed another gear that I didn't know that you had. Did you know what was going? Did you kind of black out during that moment, or did you know, hey, I got a shot for this?
I was just trying to run. I didn't want to get caught.
I talked to David on the air. I said, I've never seen a placeholder cramp. And it looked like you got a cramp and they had to delay it. What happened there?
I was just tired. My back is hurting. I was just gassed.
All right, well, congratulations. A big win. You were in that student section, I think, a moment ago. What happened? Was that planned? Did you guys just do it at the spur of the moment?
No, Will just called me over and was like, let's go get in the student section. We just both jumped up there.
Hey, as long as you're having fun. Hey, congrats on a big win.
Thank you.
And we will locate Will Presley now as our final player interview. This might be a record for non-playoffs. Will, real quick, I want to talk to Will. The first week, you had a nice game, but for your standard, it seemed like it was a little bit of a down game. Tonight, you silenced all that, came out a couple of touchdowns, and just a great performance. I know this game means a little something extra to guys like you and Blaine, who grew up playing with a lot of these guys. Obviously, your emotions showed that it meant a lot to you to win this game.
Right. It definitely, after coming out of that first one, no touchdowns, just some minor catches. They were still good, but, nothing that I'm used to. I knew I had to come into this one, silent everything out, and just do what I usually do. And we finally, we started out a bit rough. The sun was in my eyes, I'm not going to lie. But then I get to that next go ball, and it sparked something, made it happen. Hopefully we're like that for the rest of the year.
I got to ask you one question. Bryson Maddox, there's a great skill players on each team. When you go up against a guy like that who is just as capable as anybody in this state, does that fuel you? Does that make you guys – do you guys kind of – even though you don't go against each other necessarily, do you guys kind of have that mindset of I'm going to try to outdo him?
I've been playing Bryson since, kind of middle school a little bit. He's from the Knoxville area, and we played in the Knoxville League back in the day. So I've been playing up against him for a little while. Just knowing that he was on the other team made me definitely feel like that I had to do a little bit more tonight than what I usually do. So shining a little bit brighter was definitely my goal tonight.
Last question. You got blamed for the student section. It looked like a Lambeau leap. I just asked Adam, I said, was that pre-planned? He said, I don't know. Will just came over and told me, let's jump in the student section. For those at home who didn't see that, what was that like? Because I've never seen that in all my years of doing this.
If Clinton's going to put the stands right next to us, let's enjoy it a little bit. That's all I got to say.
Hey, congratulations, Will.
Thank you.
And lastly, we'll talk to Coach Derek Rang, if we can locate him. I know he's talking to Mrs. Rang, so we'll go talk to him, and I appreciate David and you guys for letting us get a little yappy, but with a rivalry game and as many standout players as we had, I wanted to try to get to as many as we could. Coach Rang, I appreciate you taking a couple minutes. First off, congrats. It's your first time beating Clinton on this field. I don't know if it feels any different. It's probably all sweet anytime you can beat a big rival, but congrats on a big win.
Yeah, obviously I thought we first half played pretty good. I think we're up to 21-0, and then they kind of got behind us, and we knew Maddox obviously was a phenomenal player. And then the second half, it just kind of got sloppy a little bit. We just had a lot of big plays, and they just had the ball forever, I felt like. So, but it was a big win. I thought Adam Washington with the onside kick return for a touchdown was a big play, and that kind of may have sunk the life out of them a little bit. But, like I said, just proud of the way the team fought. Anytime you come over here and get a win, we're excited about it, especially just with the environment and everything. So, to be 2-0, it's a good feeling right now.
I thought the difference in that first half, both teams had really great skill players, and that's no secret. But to me, the difference was up front, the lines of scrimmage. I thought you guys, the word dominant came to mind, especially in that first half of that first quarter, early on in that second quarter. Mill was going off, but he wasn't being touched till he was 5-6 yards downfield. I thought the offensive line in particular just played a really great game, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I thought the offensive line played really well, and that they did a great job blocking and staying on blocks, and I felt like we had a great plan at the point of attack. We got in the jumbo set and just kind of caved them all down and broke that run. And then I believe we had another one as well. I'm trying to think right now. It's just all coming back to me. But, the offensive line kind of took control of the game, and that's kind of what we expect for the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, especially on that right side. Now, I want to ask one question. Pre-planning against this team, I know David mentioned they only had one scrimmage. They obviously didn't get much on film last week. They only played about a quarter. How tough was that? Did they show some things you weren't expecting, or how did you guys plan for a team that you didn't have much of a scout on?
Yeah, it was a complete unknown. They have a new staff. They only had one scrimmage. They had didn't play the first game, so it was wild. So there was a lot of unknown. Thought we did a good job of barring the circumstances, and we kind of knew what Halls was going to do, just because the coaching staff history, blah, blah, blah. But here there was really nothing. So it was kind of just like backyard football at times, and proud of the way our kids responded. There were some times we just yelled stuff from the sideline, and they did a lot of stuff that we really didn't prepare for because there was no film on. There just wasn't any information.
Yeah, well, I thought you guys played an incredible game. Obviously, the scoreboard shows that as well. 42-13. Congrats on a big win. Looking forward to next week at Lenore City.
Yep, thank y'all.
Thanks so much, David. Back to you.
Thanks a lot. Let me see if Mark's ready for the final stats here. Okay, let's go to Mark Hayes.
Thank you very much, David. As you said, Oak Ridge victorious tonight by a final score of 42-13 over the hosting Clinton Dragons. Looking at the statistics for Oak Ridge, they were led on the ground by Demillion Porter. He had 215 yards on 13 carries. That's an average of 16.5 yards per carry. Also averaging in double figures, Zakai Booth. He had 1 carry for 10 yards. Blaine Stansberry, the quarterback for Wildcats, he had 3 carries, netting 0 yards. And Kipton Fegan came in late and took a snap over his head for minus 14 yards. So as a team, the Wildcats had 18 rushes, totaling 211 yards on the ground. That's an average of 11.7 yards per carry as a team. Through the air, quarterback Blaine Stansberry, he was 11 of 18 for 211 yards. His long tonight was 60 yards. Receiving that 60-yard pass was Will Presley. He had 2 receptions for 115 yards. I believe both of those were for touchdowns. Malik Howard, 4 receptions for 83 yards. Demillion Porter had 2 receptions for 11 yards, and Jarrell Jimerson, 3 receptions for 2 yards. So as a team, the Wildcats had 211 yards on the ground on 18 carries, 211 yards through the air on 11 receptions. So very even. Can't get more even than that for a total offense of 422 yards. Wildcats had 11 first downs in the ballgame. They were penalized 14 times for 161 yards. Now looking at Clinton, they were led on the ground by Riker Arms. He had 4 carries totaling 39 yards. Brendan Hayden had an 11-yard carry. Mason Eckerson, quarterback for the Dragons, mostly in the second half. He had 6 carries for 6 yards. Jalen Benjamin, he also did some quarterbacking for the Dragons. 5 carries for 4 yards. Marco Shasbas had 3 carries, netting minus 1 yards. And Cameron Anderson, 4 carries, netting minus 6 yards. That's number 2 for them. He also did some quarterbacking for the Dragons. So as a team on the ground, 23 carries for 53 yards. That's an average of 2.3 yards per carry. Through the air, the Dragons' leading quarterback was number 3, Mason Eckerson. He was 16 of 27 for 205 yards. His long was 53 yards. Also doing some quarterbacking for the Dragons was number 5, Jalen Benjamin. He was 5 of 9 for 61 yards. So as a team, the Dragons had 266 yards through the air. They were 21 of 36 for the 266 yards. Receiving for the Dragons, they were led by number 7, Bryson Maddox. Very impressive receiver tonight for the Dragons. He had 150 receiving yards on 5 receptions. That's an average of 30 yards per completion. So very impressive. His long was 53 yards. Austin Phillips, 5 receptions for 50 yards. Ryan Jones, 2 receptions for 19 yards. Cameron Anderson, 3 receptions for 18 yards. Marco Sothboth had 2 receptions for 14. Will Young, he had a 9-yard reception. Braylon Hayden had a 4-yard reception. And number 30, Riker Arms, had 2 receptions for 2 yards. So as a team, the Dragons had 53 yards on the ground on 23 carries. They had 266 yards through the air on 21 receptions for a total offense tonight of 319 yards. They had 16 first downs. They were penalized 10 times for 112 yards. So looking at the team side by side, rushing yards, Oak Ridge 211. Clinton 53. Passing yards, Oak Ridge had 211. Clinton 266. Total offense, Oak Ridge had 422 total offensive yards. Clinton 319. First downs, Oak Ridge had 11. Clinton 16. Penalties, Oak Ridge had 14 penalties for 161 yards. Clinton 10 penalties for 112. Again, Oak Ridge victorious tonight by a final score of 42-13 over the hosting Clinton Dragons. David?
Thanks a lot, Mark. We appreciate you watching or listening to our broadcast tonight. Our next broadcast of Oak Ridge High School football will be coming up on next Friday as the Wildcats take on the Lenoir City Panthers at Lenoir City. We hope you'll be there for the game or just listen to us or watch us on our YouTube channel. Appreciate Connor Sharp, Preston Fetters, Miles Bergen, Matthew Charles, Grayson Brown, Brian Bennett, Mike Sheehan, Mark and Shauna Hayes, and Alex Myers. Alex, you have any final comments?
No, just always good to see an Oak Ridge Wildcat win. Even better to do it against Clinton.
Final score of the ball game, the Wildcats win it 42-13. Brian Bennett has been our engineer back in the studios of FM 92.7. As I mentioned, until next week at Lenoir City, this is David Clary saying so long, everybody.